Futures back in negative territory this morning, giving up on what was an ever so slight bounce to kick things off early on this morning. We are headed southbound again, coming off, count them, 4, now 5 negative sessions in a row for the overall market, coming off the CPI data yesterday that did not help, higher than expected for April. If you missed it, 8.3% versus 8.4%. Inflation still in the U.S. near a 40-year high. Overall, the Dow was down about 325 points at the end of the day. S&P about 1.6%. It was the NASDAQ that led things again, 3.18% for the NASDAQ, and tech to the downside. Bitcoin, anything Bitcoin related on watch this morning. Big move to the downside we'll talk about coming up here overnight for BTC. A couple of earnings reports, interesting moves as well to go along with them. Disney, Dutch Bros, Beyond Meat, and hey, Apple could be in bear market territory today as well. It's Thursday, May 12th, 2022. TraderTV.live starts now. Typically not as much of a market mover. We just got PPI numbers for last month as well, basically in line with expectations. The year-over-year number did tick higher to 11% versus 10.7 expected. That's producer price reading on inflation there. So 11% on the year-over-year number versus 10.7 expected. Yeah, lots of red once again today on that board. Top to bottom, Ethereum leading the way as far as crypto is concerned right now, 6%. But lots to discuss. Let's get into it, guys. We had initial jobless claims, looks like as well, basically in line with expectations. But at this point, hey, does it even matter?
Not as much. I mean, after yesterday, obviously, look, we're going to care about data as it comes through. But, it's the inflation number was the big one. The producer price index just kind of dropped there. And I don't know if it's going to move us much anyways, but it wasn't all that bad. So maybe there's, I was joking with Brendan. I said, maybe we could just have a relief rally for old time's sakes more than anything else. But so many names are under pressure, and the prices that they're at, which we're going to see when we go over them, is going to sort of demonstrate that. But hey, at least we have a firm reporting earnings tonight that'll save us all.
Yeah, welcome, guys. It should be another great show here. I'm short Rivian. I'm going to be short Rivian all day here. I want to be short Apple all day. I want to be short everything. Disney was an absolute disaster. This market is just, it doesn't have a footing yet, and I don't think it'll get one for a while, especially after that Apple miss there yesterday on that 150. So, the market just continues to go down. We've just been, we're short Rivian here. We've got a lot of shares on that one. Hopefully that doesn't get sour. We're starting to trade Apple as well here. We're already short these two names. I like them. The sticky notes all over it. Ford as well. Wow, down to 12 bucks. Like, couldn't saw that coming in my opinion, anyways, that fast on Ford. So yeah, wow. Nothing is safe. Like, I don't know if you can give me a stock that has, any kind of, I don't know, like what stock is up in the last month, I would say. I mean, hang on, maybe there might be one that just killed earnings, but I'm not even sure. I mean, energy's up too, but there are some laggards in that space as well. I don't know, man. This is just hopefully we can get a relief at some point, but you know what? I don't think that rally comes today. It's going to be a good one for sure for trading. The liquidity is definitely here. Yesterday, I mean, this week, this month, it's been an amazing run if you're a day trader. So hopefully we can just keep that going. I just feel bad because, I mean, every day you come in and it's like the NASDAQ down another 1.5%, down another 2%. Like, it's every day. There's really no rally in this. And I mean, even Apple right now, we're 30 cents in the money. We've been shorting these pops already here today. We were short all yesterday on Apple. The trades are here. 155. We had the short. It's down to 143. We're playing off this 50 level. We just took a 20 bid. So yeah, I mean, we're short everything and everything's going down. So far, so good.
Yeah, a double downgrade for Ford and GM today. So pretty ugly on the automotive space as well. So, I mean, before we get into anything else, let's bring in Miss V. Good morning.
Good morning, team. Happy trading to you all. I wish you a great, profitable day. Please like this video and let's get it started, Brendan.
Yeah, lots to talk about this one. There we go. Lots to talk about this morning on the headline front this morning. Let's jump into crypto. As I mentioned, any stock related to crypto tumbling today because of what happened overnight. This was the headline. If you missed it, yeah, that Tether lost its peg for a brief period of time. So we got down to about 24,000 on BTC overnight, guys.
Yeah, I mean, well, when it lost the peg, you could sort of quickly see like another leg down there. And MSTR is, it bears watching because like the carnage on this name just keeps on. It gets crazier and crazier, and I'm determined at least today. I know the liquidity is not that great on it, but the spread's really not bad as I watch it here, and it's sort of grinding off these lows. And if you're looking for a way to express the trade, is it's trying to hold 28,000 here. Ether's trying to hold 19, but Bitcoin specifically, if we do retake sort of those overnight lows, or let's just say Tether loses peg again, this would be something. And even at this 150 mark, it's even like kind of like a technical level for it on MSTR. It is worth mentioning, right? Like the second they lost peg, or right after they lost peg, they came out with a statement saying that they had like 300,000 in redemptions, and were able to do that. Sorry, 300 million in redemptions and they did that without a sweat. So they reaffirmed that position. It did get back, I think, pretty much to 1 and has been sliding around ever since. But it is going to be sort of like a risk event. Certainly for Bitcoin. Everyone sort of understands that. So it's one of those things that bears watching. I'll be looking at MSTR finally today. It's probably should have done so $150 ago for a bit of a day trade as an equity. But it might have replaced Coinbase, although I want to short that one in front of 50. Like the break, it just happened at like 8 a.m. and there was so much already moving at that particular time. Rivian was at the front of the mind. Coinbase was kind of at the back of the mind at 50, but that's still in play below the $50 price itself.
Yeah, I was going to have a look at Coinbase myself. Yeah, that's below 50 now, breaking lower. I mean, crypto is going to be a nightmare for a while. I mean, we've talked about that. The minute you broke that 40, that was a good area to get out. We went long through 40, then we got out when it broke back down through 40. So sitting in a decent amount of cash right now for the crypto spot. We'll just have to wait to see where everything goes. But again, like I'm in the short and we're cashing in, and I said, hopefully this is not the highest spot I'll be at all day, but it's been a good little run so far. But look at Coinbase here. Oh, come on, daily chart. Hopefully that will load in a second. But, yesterday was a nightmare for Coinbase. I mean, people started talking. We were lucky enough to get short at $60. Our best out, unfortunately, was only 56. Then it went down to that 50, which we were all like, yeah, what's it going to do? What's it going to do? At 50, it did nice at 50. It bounced $6, man, all the way to 56. And then now today, you don't even get a chance to look at that 50. So that kind of sucks as well. I still think this is a short until I don't know when. So that's why I'm just shorting everything. I'm short Rivian, I'm short Apple, and I want to get short Coinbase. And honestly, this 51.30 or so right around here is a good little level. I mean, there's been stocks like HUT 8. I mean, you can check out HUT right now as well. Like that's $2. I mean, some of these names here that are in this name. You talked about MSTR. Apparently they're, okay, my data is not loading, but MSTR, that average price of 30,000 there on the Bitcoin. I guess you're not in that much trouble now when you're at 28,000. I mean, it can go a hell of a lot lower. It can go a hell of a lot higher. So for me right now, it's just a little frustrated. I wish Coinbase was still around that $50 mark. Hopefully if we get a chance to retest it, then we can wait there for the short. But yeah, what a nasty little time it's been here for crypto. It sucks. I mean, everybody comes on, they pump crypto a lot. And it's just like, okay, where is the base case for this thing? Bitcoin really just has a store of value. Some of these other projects I believe in. But again, without sort of crowdfunding in here, if people start pulling their bids, people getting nervous about now Coinbase, like, can they even survive? Will you get liquidated? If Coinbase does have a problem, will you be able to get your wallet? I mean, there's just a lot of stuff happening right now in the crypto space, and pretty much none of it is positive. So, I mean, this might be a good time to buy when there's blood in the water, but Ethereum dipped down to 1,700 yesterday. I mean, we were just at $3,000 a day ago, or a day and a half ago, and you went to 1,700. So unlike stock, but just like stock, these names can drop 20, 30%. It's almost like it's earnings every day in crypto. But I don't know. I'm holding my bags and just going to wait to see what happens.
Yeah, well said. Let's go to the auto industry. More negativity, unfortunately. It's going to be one of those days. Here's GM this morning. Yeah, 5% at this point. Wells Fargo, guys, a double downgrade. on both Ford and GM, two underweight today.
So, I mean, we'll talk GM in a second.
We were just talking Tesla, 700, it just broke.
Tesla just broke 700. So remember this, we were throwing some numbers out there, 666, 636, 540. Those all, this stupid wick. Yeah, I'll have to clean that wick up on the daily chart, but we just broke the $700 mark. Before we get to any of those prices, I think 680 does come into play here. So market rolling over, man, and this is what we get. Now GM, this is the thing. It doesn't matter at this point. Like even like the sensible valuation type of names, like you're still getting dinged, I should say. Sorry. And GM just broke its major support. I was sort of talking about this one yesterday. If it falls back any further, if you look at this 37 area, you got to go back to the low 30s on GM for that next level down, right? Like you get in here and you start talking about if it goes hopefully back to pre-pandemic when this loads up. There you go. Pre-pandemic, those were the support levels pre-pandemic. And then when we broke out from there, it's about 32.5 or so. Like that's where you could think next stop is for GM. I'm stink bidding GM. I own shares of GM. I'm stink bidding it down here already in front of that 32.5. And you know, we talked about like dollar cost averaging, but the momentum right now is to the downside. It's 5% down. It's just everything's kind of a short till it's not. I do have an AMD long bit. Like there's some names out there that are holding support levels, kind of like how Intel was still holding that 43. It's not anymore, but AMD still holding that 85. So as long as it is, that I'll be in the long trade for that one. But yeah, major support broken here on GM. I didn't look at Ford. I'm going to assume it's very similar, but I'm sure I'd be shorting GM in front of that break. But we're like $2 below where it took it out. It's like 36.75 or so. So maybe we get back up there to get a short trade in GM. I'm just not optimistic it happens.
Yeah, I have Ford written on the, I'm just getting some orders ready here for Apple in case we do try to go for a run up here. Okay, so all right, we just got more shares. I mean, we're talking automotives here, so obviously Tesla's sub 7. That's not great. Look at Rivian. We just loaded up again here. So you know, multiple trades, multiple shorts, in, rinse and repeat all day here on Rivian, like we just talked about it. So we'll do a little backflip here as we're still short Rivian, and we just loaded back up again right there at 15. So you know, good trading there on Rivian. We did get out a little bit when it broke back 50 on Apple, but I still like the short there, trying to get some more if it goes to 145. But we're talking here about Apple. Okay, come on. I mean, sorry. We're talking about Ford. There goes, I'm looking at Apple, and there it goes back down. All right, so Ford again, like just like Neil said, man, major support broken. I didn't think we'd break this, especially not overnight or anything like that. Wells Fargo came out, double downgrade on GM, double downgrade GM and Ford, and then Ford. I don't know this India story. I don't really. To me, that's nothing, but I guess they were trying to produce some EV cars in India. Obviously, you know, that would be a lower labor cost, I assume, to them. So, you know, if they're pulling out of India now, I guess that means that they've probably sunk some cost in there. It's going to be a loss there for them on that project. But I still believe in Ford. I can't believe the destruction that's happened in this name, to be honest with you. We did get some out. I mean, you know, when we reported down here and they gave a nice little multiple, and I said that the target was $20. When it got in here, we got out of some for sure. We didn't get out too much up here, 24, 25, and we haven't bought all the way back in, but it's pretty much because I don't have any cash left. But right now we're down near $12, and it might be time to reload said account, the RRSP account here, because I really like Ford for the long term. They're a great value play for me at some of these levels. They're going to be selling cars, and I understand that, you know, the electric vehicles are going to take time to produce. Everyone's behind Tesla on this right now, but I mean, I can't just keep on lowering this arrow all the way down here. Like at some point, something's going to have to hold. Either it's 11 or 12. But, you know, it might not be time yet to catch this falling sword. I mean, you're down another 5%. It probably doesn't deserve to be there. Anybody that was holding out for $12.50 is now going to be underwater. That might be a good, like, you know, people bought in this area right now on earnings. Then it got a nice little bump up. So people might be giving it up right here. So it's broke below 13. Therefore, you get selling coming in. And yeah, I'm going to wait for Ford. I am down here though on the day, down at 12.10, just waiting to see if we break 12. So I'll take a shot at Ford. It's going to have to get near 12 bucks. If it breaks 12, we're gone. We saw that happen yesterday with 13, I believe it was. We were out of that. Are my trades still here yesterday? No. But look at this. Yesterday we thought it could hold 13. It didn't. Made that move down to 12.70. So we don't want to be caught with our hand in the cookie jar here on Ford. If we get a 12.10, great. We still have a long time, man. We still have 45 minutes till this market opens. Our Apples come back in. Our Rivians come back in. Everything is cruising quickly here on the imbalance locator. I expect to see Ford. Oh, geez. Two names that I have here, Palantir and
How is
Ford.
DD a bot? Come on, man.
I don't know. DD, probably people
Come
just
on,
wanting to...
man.
That we're short, probably just waiting to cover.
I guess.
And that's it, right? A lot of these names on here. Look what's on here. Disney, what a disgrace you are. That's been down below 100 bucks. That's just sad. Lucky to have sold some of that near that 180 mark. That's just pure lucky, honestly, that time, because I do like Disney. Twitter's here as well. Citigroup, the banks. Like, you know, like what the heck is safe right now? Oil down 1.3%. NASDAQ down 1.45%. S&P 500 down 0.76% right now. Let's just check in on the banks here. JP Morgan 117. What, we rallied to 122 or something yesterday or the day before? Yeah, look at yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. 123. JP Morgan yesterday, 117. I mean, these are moves that like happen on earnings, not just on like random Thursdays. So I don't know, man. This is looking really, really bad here, Brendo. I feel like your money is safe nowhere except for underneath your mattress, and even that might not be safe.
Yeah, more to come, it would appear anyways, as far as the market is concerned. Let's talk about where, guys, we could possibly look to if, I mean, I just counted, it's 5 days. This will be the 6th day in a row potentially that could be red for the overall market if we get any sign of a bounce today. And as Neil was saying, just for old time's sakes, maybe we get a bounce today. Where do we go for strength? I just brought up AMD here, as we said, 1.4 right now, but kind of holding some levels from yesterday after a nice move back to 93 before it did fade off late in the day. So some of the semiconductors showing a little relative strength.
Well, okay, so I mean, it's down 1.5%. The only reason I say relative, I don't even say relative strength, but it's holding a support level. So, you know, as long as it's in play, you can kind of see on the daily chart here, it's not the actual, like it's not the April bottom. It's really the higher low that it's been able to put in front of 85. And if that goes, you do have a bit of a gap down till it gets to that 82. And of course, 80 is a psychological level. It's kind of like Intel. Just be long in front of it. If it breaks, forget about it. I think you got room to 90 and then 93. And it's been the most relatively strong. When the market goes up, it goes up the most. Intel, I don't know that I had a chance to get short this morning when it got through that 43. Like, I didn't really there's not that much volume on it. It broke this 42 half before 8 o'clock. And then when it came back on basically no volume, I'm just going to see if there's a short to be popped or a pop to be shorted. Sorry, get that the other way around in front of that 43. And that was that monster level on the daily chart. So that's my plan at least in terms of the semis. I was going to NVIDIA a lot yesterday. And I love it as a trading vehicle. To be sure, NVIDIA. But when I looked at it compared to AMD, like you've broken that floor on the daily chart, like we've already mentioned, whereas AMD was holding it. So the play in NVIDIA would have been, okay, well, I want to short in front of this 168 to 170 sort of area if it were to pop. If that's the case, AMD long's working. I'm probably already into Intel. So not as much of a setup there for NVIDIA specifically. 150 maybe. If things get absolutely out of hand, that's a big fat round number that I think a lot of people will be interested in. But it's Intel and AMD that I'm going to be watching here heavily. And I did get into Affirm. I was joking, by the way, at the beginning of the show. If anyone thought that, nobody took me seriously, I hope, when I said Affirm is going to save the day with their earnings report. That's obviously not going to happen. But they report tonight. I think that's the last of the things that are down 80 to 90%. I can't think of another one that's in that group that hasn't already reported. Affirm might be like one of the last ones.
I mean, I can't think of any, but as soon as we see the earnings report, you'll see like 10 or 12 on there.
You think there's more?
Yeah, this market is a shit show. Okay, so we just got out some more Apple there on the downside as it continues to go down. We took some out there, 143.20 or so. We're short 143.50. We took out some more Rivian. I mean, Apple's now going to break 143 at some point. We took out some more Rivian as well. I'm not sure about this one. I want to wait till 23.24. I'm not diddling in the middle on this one. It's either going to rip up or continue to tank, and if it does, we'll smash something short on this for sure. But we're actually today, so far, doing quite well here in the pre-market. We're talking about AMD. Look, AMD is going to be the best chip name, period, when there's a rebound. That is what it is. It has a low PE right now. It's only 17. NVIDIA's is 24 right now. This is the name you want to be in if you think that there's going to be some sort of a rebound here in the tech sector. For 100% certain, this name will go back to 130 or 120. There's absolutely no doubt about that in my mind. It's just you need the market to go. And without the market going, then this stock is completely just a trading vehicle, like Neil said with AMD. I don't want your money in Intel. I don't want your money anywhere else if you think there's a rally coming. If not, go into SMH. That's the best play for you, where you're going to get your big. I mean, Intel's at the same level it was 11 years ago, right? AMD 11 years ago was $1. So, I mean, I know they're different companies, and I know there's a lot there, but again, your money's not safe right now. So that's why I would say I'm looking at ETFs. I think that you need to get, when do we buy AMD? I don't want to, I'm done right now, honestly, looking at technical levels and saying this is a good area to buy, because we're in a valuation crisis right now. Until the Fed changes, their policies and comes out and says, you know what, maybe we're done. Like, I just want the word maybe. I just want the word let's, pause would be amazing, but, just maybe we'll do a quarter point. We are taking 75 points off the table. Something like that. Something has to change. Great news coming from Russia, Ukraine, something like that. I don't know. Obviously, I was going to say a better inflation print. We saw that yesterday go 30% higher, from 6 to 8 there on inflation yesterday. So I don't, sitting here calling some levels on these stocks to me is just crazy. Like, you could easily break 82. That could happen today. The NASDAQ could be down another 4%. What is going to come in and save it? I do not know. But if you look right now at AMD, you have that level from yesterday in the pre-market of 85. You go back a little bit here to 2 days ago, and we bounced off 85.50. So for me, I'm parked right here at 85, expecting to get this. And then if it breaks 85, we're gone. These are great day trading tools. And I'm buying. I'm dollar cost averaging into a lot of these names. But I'm done with that right now until we get that, some of those indicators that we just talked about. I feel like, everything, every call that I ever make in the last couple months has been wrong, because every stock, especially high quality ones, continue to get hit, right? Someone said, the only safe place to go is Mattel. Okay, well, that's not okay, fine. Maybe I should buy Hasbro or something. It's crazy when safe stocks are only owned by 0.1% of retail traders or something like that, right? So that's what sucks. And the other thing about Apple and Microsoft and stuff like that, they're getting killed right now, but everybody owns them and nobody is selling them. So that's the problem, is you need retail to come in and start buying up Apple, buying up Microsoft, right? Right now, as the indexes fall, all that's happening is algos, programs, boxes like that have built in, their strategies. They're the ones getting in there and selling, Apple, and just hitting the short, going short on these names, because we're breaking some key levels and we're not getting the good economic readings, right? And so some of these stocks are just casualties of war, but until we get back in there and buy them, there's absolutely no bottom in all of these names. Unfortunately, it's not rosy, and I don't have anything else to say.
I would say if you wait until the Fed actually makes the determination that they're going to slow things down, or that they're done with a balance sheet runoff or whatnot, that's going to be a little bit too late, because the market's going to start to turn on that. And realistically, where the target rate is headed to at the end of the year, right? So this is an event which is going to take a lot of time. When they have to run off the balance sheet, which went all the way to $9 trillion, they're scaling it back to 6. Think about that for a second. It went 3 to 9. Everyone talking about, SPACs did this and blah, blah. Who cares about any of that nonsense? The balance sheet went from $3 trillion to $9 trillion for the pandemic. That is a ridiculous amount of liquidity that got added into the market. It's scaling back to 6. That is not done until next year. So this is the year that we're doing this, and like ultimately every sector is going to be a little bit different in terms of how it rebounds. But we're going to get this kind of volatility around. Mattel actually is doing okay, but a couple of the names on the right side of that board, I guess the left side, but our right side of the board, aren't as bad as I would have thought. But the one in the middle definitely surprised me, Brendan.
I was just thinking, guys, this is another indication of the current market we are in. This board I'm referring to. Coupang is the top of the upgrade list today. That tells you what you need to know. There's all the downgrades. We'll talk about all of them. But yeah, Bros just absolutely killed. AXP back to the downside, Beyond Meat, and Zoom.
We were joking about a lot of things yesterday, but one of them was, hey man, Bros is still above its IPO price. Well, it's obviously not above its IPO price. It's well below it. And we don't get the privilege of trading off of the $30 level or that 32. It's like hold my beer. Forget about shorting the IPO price at 32.5. Forget about that 30 even. Now it's like wait for a pop to 25, which would still need to go up 10% to get to the next significant psychological level. I'm on the offer in case it happens, but I'm not even thinking that's incredibly likely. So yeah, I thought Beyond Meat would be the one today. When I looked at the board, I'm like, oh yeah, Beyond Meat's that's the most volatile. Didn't even think about Dutch Brothers doing what it did, but it's like you were saying, Sean, like it's any recent IPO, right? So this is one of those ones, despite the fact that it had been doing well. Yeah, you got to report a little better than that. But the Coupang being on the upgrade list and up 13%. Hey, some things have already come down far enough, I guess.
There won't be any bangs for this Bros today, guys. I mean, you are down to $22 right now. And you know what? Like, honestly, like I used to not listen, but, I download the podcast, Mad Money, Jim Cramer. Like, this guy was like, oh, Bros at $50 is a great buy and stuff like that. Like, when you get, it's just, like, what's up with the valuations on some of these stocks? Like, and again, I want to jail pretty much so many people, but I don't know if we can. Like, this one, at least this came out at 32. And went to 75, gave people a chance to get out. I remember when this thing was ripping right here, and I was like, okay, this is going back down to 40, and it did, and we got a lot of credit for that. But right now, it's just like, you took down this 40, now you're down here to 20. I didn't even look at this stock today. Like, I looked at it, and I was just like, forget it. I'm not dealing with this stock. This could rip again today. Who knows where this is going to go? Like, down 37%. I mean, where was this stock? Like, why was it up to $50? Why was this at $41 yesterday, only to be at 21 today? Like, this is just, you're sitting there trying to pick plays. And the funny thing is, this is not an old story. We talked about this with Danielle Shea last week, even 2 weeks ago, I don't know. And we talked about, like, okay, what's your plays here? And she's like, you know what the best plays are? Just take any stock heading into earnings, especially one that doesn't make money, and short it. Well, since that comment, and a shout out to you at Danielle Shea, I think it's Trader Danielle, everything's getting killed. If you IPO, and I said this to the guys in the back here when we were talking the other day, if you IPO'd in the last 2 years, you just short that stock heading into earnings. I can't remember one that went the other way. I know Airbnb, I called that one. That went up 5% that day. Remember the day? And it went to Airbnb went to 156 or so. Oh, I thought that was a New York stock. It is a New York stock.
It is a New York stock.
No, it's a NASDAQ stock.
Oh,
see?
never mind.
You thought it was as well. I thought it was 114.
It's 50-50.
Like they came out, with what I thought was a great report. Not just what I thought was a great report. The market rewarded this stock. It was up 5% or something that day. And then all of a sudden, we go from 164, something like that on earnings, to a week later, 113 on Airbnb. Like, I know gas prices are getting out of, whoa, no, I just closed the daily chart. That's not going to be good. I know gas prices are getting out of control, everything. But, like, some of these names just continue to get absolutely pounded. And, like, where's the bottom? Like I said, and Neil's right. The minute you wait to pick up bottoms, it's going to be too late, but that's fine for me. I would rather miss 5% up in Apple than sit here for 20% more down and buy today, right? Like, there goes Apple right now. We just broke through 143. Like, let me hear something good. I'm waiting for Brendan to come in with one of these notes that Jay Powell is here to save the day. And at that point, then we'll think about going long. But right now, look at Apple, man. We shorted that earlier. As soon as I sat down, I was like, whatever, I'm shorting Apple. There it is right there, 143.50. We're already in the money 50 cents. That was stupid when it broke through 143.50. I don't know what I was doing there. But there it is. We took a piece out. We're still short into Apple. We're short into everything. This is just going to be a disastrous day, I feel like. Hey, look, if it rallies, that's great. I'm here to pick up bids. You know, I'm a bull. I mean, I go, my bigger positions are on the long, but the last couple of days, we've really cashed in on the short. So we're flipping it over. We're trying to get short. We're trying to find some names to short here. The only name I like long, and it's going to blow your mind, Brendan, is Beyond Meat.
Mind blown. Let's have a look at the overall market here. Let's bring in Arun and get a check of the futures, brought to you by the Small Exchange, guys. Head over to thesmallexchange.com. You can use the QR code on the screen. Sign up for their great information. If you're thinking about getting into futures trading, they have very small, simple contracts, lower liquidity required, no PDT rule at the Small Exchange. Check them out. We thank them, as always. Arun, how's it going?
It's been a rough day, I think. The last couple of days have been rough for a lot of people. But, you know, as the market slides and it's starting to accelerate to the downside, you know, we kind of hesitated around the 4,000, and then we finally got below 4,000 late in the afternoon yesterday, and we just took off to the downside. We ended up around, 25 or so, 39.25, 39.30, and then I come this morning, here we are below 3,900. So the move is starting to pick up some steam here. If it hasn't been fast enough, it is definitely picking up some steam. This market has gone as far away from any resistance levels that we could work with. So at this point in time that I could work with anyways, at this point in time, I am gonna kind of pull back a little bit because we're under 3,900. My closest resistance above is gonna be at 40.25, which is 125 points, I guess, from where we are right now. So there's a lot of space to the upside, which is gonna act as resistance. To the downside, there's no support. I don't have any levels here that I wanna work with on the ES side of things. The only level that I can maybe see on the NASDAQ side, and bear with me on this one, it's going to be 11,100. We are trading at 11,800, just underneath 11,800. So it's about 700 points to the downside before we catch any bids on the NASDAQ as well. So a lot of space to the downside. S&P also has no support. So here we are kind of just working, trying to let the market discover what the levels are going to be in terms of support. In terms of resistance, we know what the top end looks like, but it's a ways away, so we really can't step into anything else. So it's going to have to be one of those, either you're going to scalp very quickly, or you're going to wait for this market to develop some levels. Maybe by mid-morning we'll have some levels to work with, and then you start working some trades, because as of right now, there is nothing to work with. Momentum is carrying to the downside. We're staying below 3,900 for now, and here we are just kind of waiting. There's nothing else you can really do. When the ranges open up like this, you can either try to be faster with your trades, or you can just wait it out. And unfortunately, in my case, I am going to have to wait this one out until we get some clarity on which direction, what my risk profiles are going to be for this type of market, this type of situation where my closest resistance is 120 points away. So we are going to wait a little bit, see if this market gives us some new levels that we can work with, and then we can go ahead and step in and make some trades.
Seems inevitable, Arun, that we get to that 20% mark on the S&P. We noted late yesterday around that 3840 area. Would be around 20% from all-time highs. Do you put any weight into that?
Psychological. I think just like any other number that's a big round number, 20% is a big psychological barrier. And I think that's something to keep an eye on. It just like Apple was, as bad as Apple is right now, Apple at that $3 trillion mark that everyone was looking at, psychological. We got above it by, 20 cents for a day? And then that was the end of that. And here we are with Apple now trading at 143. It's probably going even further down. But that's the kind of psychology that's played at certain numbers. And I think 20% is going to be one of those psychological barriers. We might get a nice little pop off that, and then we kind of just do our thing and maybe continue back down. But whatever the case is, psychologically, it does affect people when you hear these 200 EMAs, these 100 EMAs or DMAs, and then you have these 20%, what is considered bear market territory or whatnot. So I would definitely keep that area in mind for potential bounces in the event that people want to maybe be like, you know what, this market's not bear yet. We're going to defend this a little bit. So it's ironic, though. It's around 30. You said 3840. That also sits around the 3850, and 50s tends to bring some stops. So it could all just come into line here, and we might get some movement around there and a ton of volume around there as well.
Great stuff. Thanks, Arun. Let's get into what else you need to know this morning. Going to be a busy one. We'll jump right into the watch list, guys. If you haven't done so, sign up for the free watch list. That is the link. Miss V will have that in the chat if you would like to grab that. This morning, we have a lot of names to get through here. Let's go to Rivian quickly. I mean, if there was one that might be a little bit positive, guys, Rivian basically reaffirmed what everyone already knew. They're going to make 25,000 cars. I mean, other than that, there wasn't much to talk about.
Yeah. I mean, this is the kind of market we're in. Like, that is what constitutes the fact that they reaffirmed what was already a disappointing level of production for a lot of people. That was a good sign. Here's what Rivian has going for them. They have serious backing by the deals they have with Amazon. And then his partnership with Ford's just an investment, but the deal with Amazon's a good thing. So really, they're gonna be able to play out the string here. Lordstown, who knows if they're able to play out the string? You have no clue. Like, they could go bankrupt before they produce anything. At least Rivian,
these could all go bankrupt.
Rivian could struggle for a really, really long time and at least be able to play out the string longer than some of the other ones.
Yeah.
So that's what I will say about them. If that means it's positive today, I don't know. I think we've already broken the floor that mattered at 21. And from there, you've got it's a big channel. It's 21 to 23, maybe 23 and a half because that was yesterday's high, but it's a pretty big channel. I'm not inclined to hold through that channel. I think if we do clear, 21 and hold a bit above there, I'd probably be covering shorts and then looking to get back in, at like a 23. I think it's worth multiple shots. It did roll over pretty egregiously at 21 even. And that already gave you into 20. So if we do get back to 21, that's definitely a level worth reloading into. But there's no point trying to pick a bottom here, right? Like, we were joking around. The only reason you say numbers like 15 is because it's just a round number after 20. And 17 and a half is right in the middle of it. That's the only reason we even blurt those things out. Like, there was nothing smart about saying Coinbase was going to $50. I mean, it was breaking 60, so it went to 55, it stalled out there, and it went to 50, and it stalled out there. And now it's below 50 again. So, I mean, Coinbase is going to 45 if Bitcoin hits the bottom. I don't know. Like, that's
Coinbase
the kind
is
of
going to $10 regardless, I think, of Bitcoin, honestly. Coinbase is a shit show. Okay.
Maybe today? Wow.
Not today, but
No, of course not.
a month and a half.
Clearly not today, obviously.
Obviously. You could probably look in the options market. There's probably a lot of $20 puts and stuff like that. Okay, so for Rivian, I mean, look, fine. They reaffirmed. That's great. You guys are going to make 25,000 cars. Congratulations. That's great. But look, the point is that when are they going to hit profitability? I think even they were talking about targets into 2025, 2026. I mean, that's 4 to 5 years away now that we're talking about Rivian finally making money. Does that sound like that's a good environment to be in right now? No. We want to have stocks that are actually making money. If you don't have a price to earnings ratio, then you're not a stock that's in favor. So look, Rivian, I obviously do like the Amazon partnership, and when and if Rivian can hold whatever orders Amazon's going to throw at them for the trucks and so on and so forth, that's going to be great. And at that point, like I said, maybe once good news comes for Rivian, then you can buy this name. I mean, it might be up by that point 20% in the day, but who the hell cares? Do you know how much Rivian is down in the last month? 48% in 1 month. Okay, so wow, great relief rally. Rivian comes out with earnings and can't even go up. And they reported what they thought were good notes, and they're down. So you're down 48% on the month. You're down today into earnings. And honestly, I don't know who bought this up. Sorry about that. But for me, I have a big order sitting here around 22 and change. And then it's going to have to break 23. When it does that, then we're out. I'll lose. And that'll be the end of that Rivian trade for me. But until then, we just keep loading up the shorts. You're seeing all that. We've only cashed in on Rivian today. No losses. So, we'll wait to see where this goes. We do have an upsized position right now at these levels. But it's not big enough that we have to worry about it going up to $22. I'm not getting out of this thing. If it wants to rip up, it can rip up. I'll be sitting here waiting to take a short, and then I'll take a bath if it breaks 23. Because you got to believe in something, and I believe that Rivian goes down. I don't know what it's going to do here. I don't, like I said, this is in the middle here. It wouldn't surprise me if we hang out at 22 bucks all day and I wind up losing $1.50 on this trade. Okay, fine. But I really would like to get an opportunity for it to test. I don't want to go up to 23, but when I'm getting shorty around 22.50, you know, if it can hold 23, that would be great. And then maybe we flush back down. I mean, honestly, this market could be up 3% today or down 3%. Who knows? Yesterday, the market was around here. We rallied. We got up, I think, 1.5%. And then you all saw what happened near the end of the day. So I'm going to try to play, you know, some of these ranges, let the market settle down in the first 5 or 10 minutes, and then hopefully we don't get blown out of everything. And let's just short the names that we want to and go long certain ones when they get to key levels. AMD at that 85 is an example. Beyond Meat at 21 is another one.
All right, just having a look at Beyond Meat. We'll move on. 23.5%. There was a bid that showed up there. I'm not sure if it's actually real or not, but we'll talk about Beyond Meat, guys, because, hey, 0.2% on their gross margin versus 30.2% the last time.
So there is actually an explanation for that. That's one of the more extreme things you'll see, but that was the jerky thing. Like they did a major rollout of their Beyond Jerky, which I'm gonna chuckle. I'll chuckle every time I say that out loud. But you know, realistically, that did hurt their margins. They say it will come back to normal. It also accounted for the wider loss because of the spend they put in. But it's in that bucket. Now, the one thing you want to consider here is Beyond Meat has, of all the names that I looked at today, including MSTR, it's the biggest short interest. So when you swing at something like that, you're going to take multiple shots at it. I already took one. So I took two, one that worked and one that absolutely did not. And that was through the 20. That was through the 20 area. I'm looking at 22 as the next level to the upside, not really playing in the middle. But this is more like this is one of these ones. It's 40% short. It's just been leaned on so far that you can get a squeeze. If you see something extreme like 25, 27, that's obviously a price I think the shorts can definitely work. But yeah, some of those numbers, as bad as they were, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to say anything, you know, sort of good about the numbers. You know, there was at least an explanation for the extremity of that margin number.
Look, there's only one trade today for Beyond Meat. It's long through that 21. And I mean, look, they had a horrible quarter. Their short interest is up to 40%. Whoever's short has been completely right on this play. It's been an absolute monster play to the downside. Oh yeah, that's right. I closed my daily chart. It's been a monster play to the downside here. And you could see even yesterday we were 31. So now that today you're down to 20. Shorts win. You've seen it try to take 21 a couple times. If it tries it again, I want to be long this name and willing to take a loss of about $1. We could break 21, and then if we come back in and hit 20, then we can get out. But I like the 21 break long. I think that could be an absolute monster trade. It's on the sticky note. It's the second name right there today, so you can check it out at Trader TV Sean. You can also check out Valeria right now.
Hey guys, we have more than 5,000 people with us right now. Welcome everyone. And I remind you to like this video, team. We have around 16 minutes into the open. And please help us get at least 1,000 likes before that happens. Now let's go back to Brendan.
All right, let's continue along. We mentioned Bros earlier. It was a forecast that was a mess for Dutch Bros, talking about some supply chain issues with them as well. I was just counting, I think there's 6 or 7 price target cuts and downgrades on Bros today. We showed one on the board there on upgrades and downgrades, but there's a ton.
Well, I mean, I would imagine there wasn't a ton of people covering them, and they're all going to scramble after you get like earnings releases finally to make those cuts. So, look, I didn't think that they would be the one that was down the most. Realistically, I would have thought, okay, like 15%, something along those lines. We'll get a shot at some of these key levels. I think we already talked about this one. It needs to get to 25. And for something that's illiquid, it's even more important to be patient. So I'm not going to jump in a little bit just to be sitting in it. I'm already in enough shorts as it is. If the market breaks to the upside, this is not one I'm looking for a jailbreak long. It doesn't really fall into that bucket or category for me. So I might end up sitting this one out all day unless we get a pop to 25, in which case we will be trading it. Ooh, Tesla is back above 700. So for now, 666 watch is temporarily off.
I'm passing on Bros. I mean, these stocks are just a disgrace. I have you know, many ideas today, and unfortunately there will be no bros on the list. But you've seen Starbucks get absolutely killed as well. I mean, that was sub 70 now today. That's another name that's been getting hammered here. Bros probably came to market at the wrong time. I don't know. We don't have anything here. We don't have any Dutch bros here in Canada at all. I think it's Oregon. You know, there's a couple. I mean, they're all over the United States, but you know, Midwest. Look, Starbucks is feeling the pain right now. I can't imagine, you know, retail, some of these names here that are in the food business, not great. And I think that as you're getting more and more, I mean, even here in Canada, we still have empty office towers, a lot of Starbucks closing, so on and so forth. So I can't really think that Bros is going to be too much better, but hey, I don't know. I'd pick up Starbucks before Bros, but at the same time, I told you, I'm not picking up anything anymore. We're going to sit on our hands. We're going to try to be as patient. It's going to be tough for me to do that. But yesterday we bought Tesla at like 730, something like that, only to come in today and it's sub 700. I really feel like some of these names will be fine. I want to buy Google and I want to buy Apple, but those are probably heading lower, so those are on my buys, my watch list there. Starbucks is another name that I like. And I remember buying this name 7-8 years ago, and it was like $50, and I believe I got out around 80, and it looks like I'm going to get that opportunity again. So I'm just going to wait for some of these numbers to come in, wait for the P's to get reset a little bit here, and Starbucks would be on my watch list.
I was reading a few interesting things on Starbucks last weekend. One note from a very popular CNBC personality actually said it was worth switching from Starbucks to Dutch Bros. So how'd that work? Disney, $100. Support, $100, guys. Now support, it was resistance, but going to be obviously, I mean, we were talking with Arun about big psychological numbers. Here's $100 on Disney.
It has already broken. It's fair to say that. Like, and it didn't just, you know, kind of sit there for 5 minutes or so, or like 2 or 3 minutes. We're sitting down from 8 till about 8:30. You know, right when we came back on air, it was just barcoding off of this 99 to 100 level. So it has broken down, and not on a ton of volume, but it has already happened. It's still in play, I think, 100, especially at the open, because you have to consider, like, a psychological level like that for a lot of accounts. Remember that like their stops aren't getting triggered until the market opens up. So those stops, not all of them, a lot of these stops that would have been at 100 would still be in effect at 9:30. So I think the level is certainly in play. I would have liked it a heck of a lot better if it hadn't broken pre-market. Let's be real about that. So I'll probably take a little something on Disney. I don't think I want to short a pop on Disney. It's not that type of a stock for me. But yeah, you talk about the psychological levels. When they're there, they're there. Disney 100. It's been a huge disappointment for Disney. You know, their streaming numbers were actually really good. Some of them, but I think to get where they need to go, some of the expectations for growth after Netflix lost viewers, not that fantastic. And of course, you know, the parks is a big part of what they do. And, you know, that hasn't really gotten exactly back to where it needs to be. So it might take a while for Disney. I mean, I've loved them ever since they got Star Wars. And I'm really looking forward to when I can finally start watching the Obi-Wan thing. But you know what? There's probably not enough of me's out there in the world. And if there were enough of them, then Disney would be at $150, but there aren't.
Even if there were 100 million of you, Disney's going nowhere near 150. I like Disney, but you know, it's just been, again, an absolute train wreck of a stock, Disney. I mean, there hasn't been really. I mean, I don't want to say that there hasn't been worse stocks, because there definitely has been, but for a company that should have been somewhat sheltered, I feel like, especially on the reopening right now. I don't mean shelter. I mean, like I said, we got out of some right here at 175 before this move down. And I remember buying this, and it's too bad, because if I zoom out too far, we're not going to be able to see anything. It's going to take forever to load. But that pandemic bottom, I'm thinking, was $80, because I remember buying, like, I'm long this name at 85. And I remember that was one of, like, the ones that I was pretty proud about buying there, Disney, for the long. Yeah, there it is right there. Yeah, so that's right. So the bottom here, the actual bottom, I guess, is 79. This is one of the better names that I bought, but we're now coming in one more time to some of these levels again here that from COVID. So great benefit here while everyone's locked at home. They announced the streaming. Goes up to 205. They're talking about being profitable on the stream side of things soon, I think in 2 years or something on the report there. But, you know, we're going to have to wait for that. And with gas prices, what I wrote on the sticky note was basically just, I like the short into 103. I don't have anything right now on that front, but maybe the market does rally a little bit here off the open and gives us that opportunity. So we'll try to get a short around 102.50 or so. We do understand that this can rip, but we'll watch 103 as an out. Unfortunately, my charts here, we don't have data past 4:30, but let me show you here quickly on what Disney did yesterday, at least on a 3-minute chart here with E-Signal. Here's 103 that we had a problem with yesterday. Maybe I'll just blow this up a little bit so you can see a little bit better. This is 103.50 that we got to. So Disney initially up to 110, 112. The earnings call happens, and then they start talking about, you know, a few headwinds that they could be facing there, including pulling back from, they're going into countries right now that they expect to have a few issues with. Hopefully those headwinds can get cleared. But there's 103.50. So if we take out 103.50, we'll get out. Looking to short in here, 102.50, watching that 103.50 top that hit. And then obviously we reopened back up today down here near 100, and we already broke 100, tested this 99. So we'll see about breaking that 99. Obviously the market still has to open up, and we got to see where we're going right now. But for a day trade, I like the short in here around 102, 103. If it takes that 103.50, we will get out. I mean, we got to have some targets at some point. That puts me to remind, let's look at the imbalances. There's Disney right there with a 259,000 share to sell. So these are market on open orders. They're going to obviously hit the market at 9:30-ish. New York stocks don't have to hit right off the open, but once settled down, the DMMs over there will get this open. Rivian right now starting to test that 21, so that's a level there to look out for. But Ford, look at all these beat-down names. Ford, Palantir, NIO. We talked about DD being a buy, probably just covering shorts. Uber with a sell. Disney with a sell. Bank of America with a sell. Coupang with the big upgrade there. Brendan already talked about that. Congratulations, Coupang holders. CCL right now, oil. Someone just mentioned oil there out of the corner. What a rip right now happening on oil back up to the upside. You guys know that we were buying yesterday or 2 days ago on that dip. We bought XLE, and you can see where that's starting to go now, up to 78 again. So yeah, man, tech stocks not safe. Oil stocks maybe safer right now as Bitcoin trying to go a little bit back up to 28.5.
Just looking at Apple here, trying to tick higher as well, but nowhere near what everything else is doing right now. But this 146 here, which we sat on right at the close yesterday, held as support. We gapped through it. That is around the area of 20% off all-time highs. So we are currently trading in bear market for Apple as well.
I kind of had this feeling that like maybe there'd be at least a little bit of a relief in the morning. We've had whipsaw action almost every single day. That's why sometimes you favor the short the pop because we've seen these strong moves end up getting faded. So I kind of look at that 140, the previous 145 that was in play, and if it tries to get through that, maybe there's a fail breakout and it can't get through the 46 half that it closed at, and then we short in front of that level. And that's kind of what I was looking for Apple. I got some, maybe dip buy ideas for other names. For Apple, I don't really have anything that stands out. I think that's more of a, if you're stepping into it, you think about A, round numbers, B, where the VIX turns around. But the truth be told, for the last little while, and look at UVXY in particular, like as bad as it sounds, like we're not breaking out of the channel, which is getting a little weird. It's not, and when I go back to the story only because we're talking about big tech here. If we're not breaking out in volatility as the market continues to fall down, really what is happening is we're just finding support. Anyone that's like hedging by buying volatility, they're not giving it up on every single rally. And if we ever get a situation where we crash through major support and then take out another level down, then this market is probably going to get that big bounce that I think some people have been looking for. But it's been an interesting ride because if any single bounce we get in volatility UVXY, it's like the market starts dropping. But conversely, it's just not the same thing. And if we do break back out of this range, well, I mean, all heck is going to break loose. It just hasn't happened all week, despite how bad it seems.
Apple, yeah, I mean, look, I'm short Apple here. I want to be short this name. It has gone down to 142.50, giving us $1. We didn't take it. Yeah, I mean, short into this 146, into that 147 is what I like right now. And like I said, we could get a relief rally today, so I don't want to like dig into any shorts, really. I just want to give it a couple shots there. If it works out, fantastic. On a short, they've really worked well yesterday. Yesterday on our sticky note, we had 155.50 short, which we only took $1.50 on or something crazy down into here. Maybe we took a little bit more, but probably got out in this consolidation. So like 153.50, 153. But we had that short. And look, even though Apple yesterday was down 5%, look what happened off the open. It actually turned positive off the open because we closed the day before at 154.50 and then we touched 155.50. So at one point yesterday, Apple was green and then it turned out to be its worst day in a long time, down 5+% yesterday for Apple. Oh, there it is. There's some of the, oh, what? Look at, watch this, Neil, look. Oh, gone.
What the?
Back. That's hilarious. So maybe we know.
It's a feature.
Maybe I know a trick. But this is not the new software. This is the same.
Oh,
old
you're in the, okay.
No, not the new. Not the new. Wow. Okay, so 155.50 all the way down, and there's the cover. Just like I said, trying to give you guys the goods there. 153.50. So we only took $2 on that move. That wound up all the way down there. We did have a nice short near the end of the day at 147.50. But yeah, anyways, Apple's just going to be a fun stock to trade today. I do want to get short. And then right now, just to give you an update, the NASDAQ imbalances before we go to Brendan because they just hit right now. SMFL, my life, right now, that is down with 600,000 down to the downside. TNXP down. I'm just looking at some, that's not Bros, that's BRQS. Plug Power with a sell. Tilray with a buy. So people might be smoking away their profits right here, buying some Tilray. Apple with a sell. So yeah, man, this is going to get mighty spicy with the NASDAQ. See ya later, alligator. The NASDAQ to the downside. Shout out to my kids who say that, but I think I'm the one that says it more than them. NASDAQ heading down there on those imbalances. The big man at the big screen with the big stock.
Well, it's not bad.
Not really. CGEM, guys, a cancer research company, I don't know, up on a development deal for a cancer drug this morning, 27% right now. I mean, the daily chart tells the story here. That's 1150, and I only say that because right now we're trading 930. So 950 I marked off because it was resistance initially, and then 10 above that. Above 10, this thing goes to 1150 would be the next kind of checkpoint. So very thinly traded. Be careful if you're in CGEM today, guys.
Yeah, it popped to that 10 when we were sort of going through, and I did short it at 78. I've taken a bunch of it out in front of that 20, and I'm looking to only short off that 10. If it goes, I'm not necessarily reversing long on this one. I think there's too many things to pay attention to try a breakout trade in something. When these go do a false break, they snap back, so you want to be paying attention to it. But I think you can hold, as long as it's below 10, you can probably hold it back to like an $8.50 to $9. I think that's going to be the range. Rivian's starting to make a run to the upside. It's like everything. Okay, so Firm is down. CGEM, that's fine. Coinbase is coming down, but it's, whoops, I went to Coinbase instead of Rivian. But Rivian is making a run at these highs, so it's coming back to the upside. And I got the 15-minute chart up so you can see the multiple swings that it might be worth having here today, because this is your 21.5, 22 current pre-market highs. You get through that, and there's a big gap to that 23.50, and then above that, it's a big level up to 25 even. So you've got these $1.50, even almost $2 price ranges that we're working with in Rivian before you get to that next, I guess, leverage point. And for everyone that is still watching Tesla, it's just back and forth at 700. Like, it really can't pick a direction down here. I think realistically, 740, 750, that's probably your resistance point. I said I wasn't joking when I said 666. Like, I do remember the last time we were at that price. It did hold a little bit of significance when it traded there. So if it were to go down, I think that would be a good place to maybe catch a little bit of a bid on Tesla. But we're not there yet, and it's going sideways. Wow, there goes Rivian. Here we go. 22 is trying to break.
Okay, we just got kicked out. Oh, yeah, at 22. Okay, that makes sense. All right. So we get kicked out there at 22. We're waiting for a little lower, higher price now. So we are into a small short there. On Disney just hit it too as well. Wow, this market, some of these prices starting to come in right now. We have Beyond Meat long as that breaks through 21. This is going to be nuts. We have Disney came into the short as well right now. So I got to start to value some of these trades here. I don't know what the hell is going on. We did get taken out of Rivian once it broke through 22. We want to get a little higher price on that, but we are short right now still. We talked about what our plan is here for Rivian. Disney's in right now. Beyond Meat is in right now. Man, this is going to be a crazy open. We've already got some orders that we have to deal with already now. Beyond Meat, I like this trade. Coming back in. Let's take 40 cents if we can. Bang, right there on that one. So that's going to be a good trade here. Beyond Meat comes in. I said the only long that we wanted today early was going to be Beyond Meat. So there it is right there. Disney coming in as well on that short. I don't know, man. The market just... why did it do that? I don't know why it just did that.
It was a spike. But
yeah, the spike. The market just spiked up there a little bit. So I'm getting my orders ready to rock and roll here. I need to get something out of some of these names because maybe if we're wrong, we don't need to be in them. So that's why we busted out of that Rivian once it broke. We got a short there at 21.70. Got it out when it broke 22. We're going to wait for a little bit higher. Only 30 seconds left. Man, this is already becoming a little spicy here today. If this market blows to the upside, we'll be in trouble with Disney. But we're waiting for Apple. We've got some key price targets to come in. We like AMD at the bottom. I wrote down a few things on small sticky note right now. So we're getting ready to rock and roll here. Wow, Disney surprised to the upside here for me.
Oh, should have looked over to see that Ms. V is in the green. So the countdown is on. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ring it, Ms. V. So I did immediately get into, well, not immediately. I got into Intel right before the open there. So the only short I have, so the only long I actually have right now is AMD, which is threatening lower. Everything else is to the south side. It's Rivian and that 22.5 level that'll be of concern for us. Beyond Meat, oh goodness, that's a wick top through 21. If I get a shot at it, it's not going to give me 2070 or something like that. I'm not chasing it. Like I want it like 75 to like 80s would be the only place I try to grab that little wick because you almost have to give it to the high of the day. So spreads opening up at the open because that's what they do. Understand?
Okay, Disney.
Holy crap, where's Disney?
Disney, bing bong, short right now, 102, and we're going to take 102.50. What am I talking about? That was the price target that we gave to you guys, actually went down, so hallelujah for that one. There's that starting to go to the downside here. Beyond Meat, let's go, man. Let's feel some love through 21. Hopefully that can get going. Big win right there for sure on Disney. So happy that one's working out. Getting ready to get into some more Rivian short here at some point. That one takes out 23 and we're gone. If Rivian takes out 23, guys, watch out. It's really starting to pump higher here.
Yeah, I'm out of my Rivian, and oh my goodness, what happened to Coinbase?
Is it $10?
What the heck happened to Coinbase? Holy crap, Coinbase at 46?
Yeah.
46 on Coinbase. You got to be kidding me, man. Like, that's absolutely nuts. I'm going to see if I can get a little bit more out there. As I was getting crushed in Rivian, I didn't even notice that Coinbase was falling, just absolutely free falling there. So once again, absolutely destroyed Coinbase. It's continuing to absolutely drop, which the market, by the way, is bouncing. That's the thing. It doesn't
Rivian's ripping,
they're all
too.
over the place, right? Like, market is bouncing. Look at Tesla bounce off 700. It's already at 715. Oddly enough, AMD, the only long I have isn't going to the upside. That's AMD heading to the downside as we currently watch it. So you're getting some names going counter trend. So you have to make sure you're looking at your key levels individually. This is like an individual stock market, right? Like Affirm apparently dropped through 14 already, down to 13.75. And I didn't even catch the bid there. So this already looking weak. They don't report till tonight.
Yeah,
and I don't necessarily expect it to be good. I don't think I'm really saying anything crazy. Like, that's not a shocking statement, obviously.
Cash me outside, Rivian, right now. As we are going to the downside, we're short 22.80, as we talked about. You like that one. The guys back here like the joke, so that's a good one here. So that's good. Rivian to the downside. We are cash money right now. $1 in the money on Beyond Meat. I hope the boys behind me took that trade. I said one long we liked. $2. Let's go Rivian. Let's go Beyond Meat to the downside. Let's go Rivian as well, man. This is a big day already, guys, for us. Rivian short, cashing in big on Rivian short right now. AMD, we get that long at 85.50. We like it. Let's see where it goes from here. Beyond Meat, $1.25 now in the money. Disney, $1 in the money. Rivian, $1 in the money. Apple, 80 cents in the money. 4 for 4. Let's keep this party started right here. Let's go, man. Beyond Meat is the one that I like. Let's see how high this can go up. We're out of half already. Beyond Meat can squeeze a lot higher than this. Market getting killed. Beyond Meat going up. This trade is not rocket science. We gave this one to you. The only one that might fade out. Apple, $1.40 now in the money to the downside.
AMD's going to lose this 85
AMD's going to lose 85. So get ready to rock and roll. Your boy is all over this. Let's go. Today is another good day so far.
Yeah, I'm just adjusting my stop for AMD. That one's absolutely cratering. It's just the market tried to go up, and I was watching Tesla for that possible fade. Intel also falling like a rock. It just went down to 42.25, so I'm going to have to get some of that one out. It just gets absolutely shellacked. I was looking at that small cap. We'll probably get to it in just a little bit here, but AMD just took out the bottom. So it's a hold on to your shorts type of event here. Looks like it's only the short side of the trade working. I was joking around when I said Coinbase 45. Coinbase is now sitting at a 45 bid. Maybe it's a bit of a break. I meant to check back in on an AMC at $10. I'm going to assume it's already through that price.
Well, AMC opened, didn't AMC open sub 10 already? No, yeah. No, it opened and ripped and then went right back up. I got to adjust some of my charts here. But look what we're doing right now, man. We have $2 in the money on Disney. We have $1.20 in the money on Beyond Meat. We've got $1.50 in the money on Apple. We have $1.10 in the money on Rivian. I mean, this has just been, look at Beyond Meat, just continue to go upside, man. We love this trade. I don't know where the side is here, maybe 24, 25. We could rip a hell of a lot higher than this on Beyond Meat. So trust me on that one as this market continues to fall. Okay.
What's a hell of a lot higher? Another $1 maybe?
Yeah, that'd be great. Even more than that, he could even go.
Oh my God, Dutch Brothers.
Rivian right now, $1.20 in the money, guys. Exactly as we stated. Right here on the sticky note, give it to 23. That's exactly what we did. We loaded up the boat. Let's go today, guys. Good day. Shitty for the market, and we want to not look at our accounts, but for day trading, doesn't get any better than this, guys.
Wow, what an absolute crater job. Dutch Brothers went to 24.30. I was sitting at 24.40, and then it drops $3.50. So short in front of 25 obviously would work, but you had to have it. Like, that's the reality. I didn't get it. That's going to absolutely stink. AMC, I did take the trade off of 10. Just to see what happens there. I didn't catch the break at $10, but I am now short. I'll give it back to this recent high at 10.05, but not too much further than that, guys. Can't get too greedy with this because it's late to the party on that AMC. And we've seen that one. That can definitely squeeze to the upside. But wow, these markets are reeling, but we didn't take out the lows.
Nope.
We actually tested the low on the NASDAQ and came right back. So still very, very stock specific. Thanks, V.
We've got lows, we've got Dutch Bros, we've got everything today. And today, thank you, Ms. V, is just gotten a little bit better. As Disney right now taking out a hundy, we shorted 102.50 there on Disney. Still have a piece on. We just took a piece out there at $100.25. But Rivian trying to make that bottom still. We just took one out at 21.80 right there. I want to get back into AMD at some point, guys. This name just keeps cracking. Look at our Apple trade, $1.50 now in the money, which we still had more on board. That NVIDIA down to 160 right now as well. I know you mentioned that one, Neil. 150 maybe as a hero trade, but that's coming in already on that.
I'm going to be on the bid. Almost every significant, ridiculous, even dollar level I want to be in the bid.
Yeah.
So 150, 100% qualifies as that kind of a bid. I put a reverse on AMD on that break. I do have a stop on it, but below a key level, I want to be in the short side of a trade. And if it's going to be below a key price, Tesla, did I just say Tesla?
You did.
Tesla has managed to hold 700 really nicely here, so there is some ridiculous strength coming into that name. I see a wick top on Rivian. I see a wick top on Beyond Meat. Rivian's getting close to that 23. I've loaded again in front of it. The wick top now 22.50 on Beyond. So I'm looking at a 22 for a short side of the trade. Oh my goodness, AMD.
Some of these names just, why did we, I tried the long, and obviously that did not work there on AMD. We could try to find a level that we like.
Is NVIDIA down there already?
I don't even know, but Apple's 250 in the money and cranking lower right now. We know we liked Apple to the longs, to the short side, and we have that. Nothing on AMD here. On a 20-minute chart, you're already through everything here. So what is that? Oh, yeah, sorry. We still have that ultimate bottom back there in March, I guess that's not even March. That's April of 82. But But I mean, no bounces in sight, man. I mean, look at this Apple short that we have on board right now. We put this on early. As soon as we sat down here, logged in, put this trade on at 8:20. I mean, that's when we put the trade on once it broke through 143.50. But there it is, down to 140 for Apple.
Oh, this is getting ugly.
$3 in the money on Apple, guys. Yeah, this is bleeding pretty badly here.
Yeah, I mean, we just broke 84 on AMD. I'm looking at, Coinbase is at $44, so that's absolutely crashing. Tesla was trying, you saw the only thing that was really, the only big cap name I could find that was trying to make a bit of a break, and my chart wants to freeze on me, so I'll do this. Tesla is back below 700. So 666 watch is back on as far as I'm concerned. And I'm not saying you have to go along there. I'm simply saying if I see any kind of a sideways move on Tesla and I see 6.6 something, I'm probably going to take a little bit of a trade. I'm on the bid to get more shares out of AMD because I don't have any levels to the downside for this stock right now. Like, there's no, 82.5, 80, who knows?
Are you short?
Nice,
nice.
Yeah, but I went long first.
Yeah.
I got smoked on the long first. But anyways, Brendo.
Nice.
Big mover past couple of days, guys. BWV popped up to 7 there. It failed again, which was that high initially from yesterday, trying to turn over here as well. BWV up 10% so far.
I was just saying to Sean, Intel's not going to move the most, but that 43 level was probably the safest short because it was like, it's a 6-year level.
Yeah.
Like when that breaks, it was probably the most free 50 or 60 cents that you could take. I didn't do that, but it is what it is. I'm now looking at Coinbase and saying to myself, I don't know what's going on in Bitcoin because it's a little bit tricky to try to watch everything at once, but Coin is now down to 42.5. And look, I'm not looking this gift horse in the mouth. I'm banking it, I'm getting out of it, because what in the absolute heck is going on? Like it's the kind of wipeout bottom again that you just want to be taking some profit. And what I said about AMD, like, I'm short here, not here. Like, I'm $1 late to that party because I was long. I was in the pre-market chart. I was sitting there in the long the entire time, only to see it absolutely wipe out. And it had been relatively strong. I'm sure NVIDIA looks pretty weak as well at this point. Tesla's now at 680. 680.
Guys.
Not 680 new, 680 the price.
I know, ridiculous. Disney was short 102.50, guys. $4, $3 in the money. Apple, $3 in the money. Apple might bounce off 140, but I mean, that's just going to be a psychological level if it does bounce. There's no real reason for it to bounce off there. But we do have that $3 in the money on Apple. And then you know what I'm most proud of, though? It's the reload here on Rivian. Rivian gave us 23 again for some reason, and we sat there and took it down one more time. So I don't know if it's going to go again. I'm probably just going to cancel this now. We're light on Rivian. We've just took most of them out here as it came back in and tried to bounce around this VWAP. So we'll try to hold it a little bit more, but that's going to be a good trade for us, obviously, there on Rivian. Disney just touched 99 again into these levels, so I think this could be a good short out for us on 99 in case we do get that bounce back. But, I mean, maybe Apple just bounces off that 140 right there. But, I mean, who knows? I don't have the wherewithal to step in here and bid this right now. I mean, this is just getting hammered back down into the downside. And look at this, man. Our net is just on fire right now. Check out what Beyond Meat is doing. It's starting to head to the upside again, man. 22.50 now for Beyond Meat, so that's going to be a good trade for us. But maybe this is the bounce that's coming through right now off that 140 level for Apple.
Yeah, I was just so AMD just bounced off randomly 83.25, it looks like. So I took some more out on the way back up. You don't want to give away all of this move because remember, it's late to the party on some of these names. Affirm, which I haven't talked about Affirm once. I got like 1380s. It's now bouncing back toward those highs. So do I want to short these pops? Yes, but look at the range, right? Like, it's still got maybe 20 or 30 cents, so it tries to round off this top. So I'm trying to be patient in terms of getting back into this one. I'm going to see if I can't get it in front of that 1450. That's where I think the reload makes a little bit more sense. I'm not really ignoring the small caps. It's just, you know, there's bigger fish to fry, I think, with a lot of these ones here. But that CGEM still working. Intel still working. Tesla bounced hard off of 680 and is coming back to 700. That'll be a pretty key level. If Tesla can get back above 700, this could get pretty intense. Brendo?
Shout out to Tony. Here goes Unity, guys. 6% to the upside. Big volume spike there through 32. Yeah, just halted, guys, to the upside.
Beyond Meat halted, and your boy is long, so let's see what happens here with Beyond Meat. I told you there's a lot of upside in that name. We are out of 80% of this name. We just got filled there at 22.70 there on Beyond Meat. So that was our last fill just before the halt. And yeah, we are just, this has been Such, honestly, an incredible day, guys. Apple, we actually got out on a 141 break back upside in case the rally somehow stands right now. And then that is that bottom. So we'll give up about 50 cents off the bottom of Apple and get out at 141 flat right now. We are going to wait to see what, Brendan, obviously, any news on Beyond Meat that might have just been a volatility.
It's not a volatility halt. No way.
No, because it didn't go $2.
No chance.
No, it went from 21.50 to 22.70. So we'll wait on that one.
It says volatility, but
it's tapping $24.
Yeah, like that doesn't make any sense because that's not a volatility.
You know, so far so good. We said that there was a lot of upside in Beyond Meat left. Let's see what happens here, man. The short's getting blown out right now on Beyond Meat, but the shorts win. I mean, I'm not sitting here saying that, but that's why it was the #1 name again on, well, Rivian was, and Rivian's been amazing. But there's Beyond Meat right here, huge short interest. We talked about that right now. We wanted the 21 long on the squeeze. There it is. So we take that one. My biggest trade today. My biggest trade. It will be my biggest trade. Apple was a great trade there. Oh, okay, we got to get long now. Forget about Beyond Meat.
So it says a volatility halt. I'm simply saying, I didn't mean it's not a volatility halt. What I meant by that is the conditions don't seem to be met for a volatility halt based on the move that I saw on it. So we've seen that happen before.
That doesn't make
I'm going to double check, but it is saying it's a volatility halt. You can always check the NASDAQ page. So we'll open up in 5 or 10 minutes. Before we were getting into that, Tesla, I was saying, was trying to get back to the 700 level, and it's kind of failing to do so. You just had a wick high on Tesla through that 700 and then starting to come back in. So there are some pockets of weakness coming in here, but it's like squeeze names are going up. Overall market trying to come down because I'm looking at Affirm, I'm looking at Rivian. You saw Beyond Meat there. They're all starting to bounce to the upside, and their big names aren't really there just yet. Even AMD still below that 85 level. So this is sort of limited to the squeeze names going up and the rest of the market looking like it wants to go the other way.
You know, unfortunately, guys, Rivian, unfortunately for me, took down that 23 level. So, you know, we hit it and then we quit it, and there's the out. We had about 30% left on that short when it first broke. So we are out, or not when it first broke, when it broke. It only broke once, so there it goes, breaking through that 23. So we're gone on that one now. AMD, I mean, look, the name I want to go long, what's up, Brendan, on is, you know what I was thinking, actually? Maybe Tony Pepperoni just signed a deal with Beyond Meat. That's why it halted.
Yeah, so guys, Unity, Beyond Meat, and now this one as well, Carvana, also all halted to the upside.
It has to be a volume thing.
I mean, Brendan's doing the work, so
no,
don't.
I saw it.
I mean,
don't get me wrong. Like, it's definitely a volatility.
We don't know.
halt.
Roku, by the way, guess Roku's price. I know we have bigger fish to fry.
$95.
Yeah, 78.
No, I'm kidding.
No, I know, but I didn't realize that was a reasonable guess. I would have had no idea there.
Wow, here comes a firm 15.
Yeah, and you were joking about that as well. Like some of these prices that have come in now that I look at these screens, it's like I'm like right now about what the heck is happening in this market right now. You know, I mean, I'm not surprised by it. I don't think any of us are. I mean, we held that Apple short. We really liked the shorts going in for a while. But I'm going to try Facebook here. Facebook made that bottom at 185. If this market wants to rip, I know I like Facebook anyways. I think we can give this one about $1 with a lot more upside here. So I'm going to try to punch into a little bit long now on Facebook just to see if we can hold it for a bit. Facebook, I'm going to try to get some longs.
Yeah, and that was a bad stop on AMD. AMD did not get above 85, but it's probably just a matter of time. So that last 20% probably made a little bit of sense to get out of. Coming back over to, where are you, Rivian? Rivian is still at this 23 level. It's the 50s. Like, this is that next level up, right? 23.50. It's trying to put a curl on here. I'm waiting for it to get below 23. Put on the last trade. Oh, Affirm. Wow. Affirm through 15? That one is one I absolutely am shocked by. I'm a little shocked to see Affirm through $15, but if you can't beat them, join them. So here comes what a potential curl on 23.50. If we get past this level on Rivian, $25 is the next level up on Rivian. Crazy, but here we are.
Yeah, I wrote down actually on Rivian that we wanted to wait for 23, 24. So, yeah, possibly stepping into Rivian at that price might be it. There it is, man. Beyond Meat opens up. No idea. Let's get out of a piece right now. I said it could go $1 higher from where it was, and maybe we're wrong. It could go a hell of a lot more than that again on Beyond Meat, up to $24. That's a $3 winner off of the sticky note right now. We're still going higher. 24 coming in. We just took a piece out. We now have 10% left. That's it. That's a good move for us, man. If you would have told me that Beyond Meat would have gone 10% higher from our sticky note, or sorry, more than that, then I'd be like, hell yeah, we'll take that. Right now, Beyond Meat continues to rip up, man. That's going to be my #1 stock by far. Disney is not far behind it. We got out on a 101 break there. That's $1.50. And then cruising with Apple. Look at that out on Apple, 141. Couldn't be happier. Just wish we would have gone long on that one. Oh, AMD, I like an 86.50 break into here, but that has to happen first. So AMD's already gone. And remember when I said we want to get long Facebook? That was $2 ago, and we didn't get long. So right there, Facebook's ripping. Beyond Meat's going to halt again right now. Bang for Beyond Meat. That's the biggest trade on the board right now. That's the reason why you check out the sticky note. Blown through 21. We talked about that. We talked about that 40%. There goes Beyond Meat up to 25 and change. This is a great day.
Another one exploding, guys. Upstart from a couple days ago just tagged 31. Just went $3 to the upside in a straight line as well for Upstart.
And that didn't fill.
This is fucking.
This is getting nuts, guys. Tesla's back at 720. So Beyond Meat, 25, it halted at that price.
Yeah.
You can't take a curl if it halts at that price.
No.
However, I promise you this, at some point today, I'm going to be pretty much all in short on Beyond Meat. There's no question about that. Like, that piece of junk is going to go. I'm a little bit shocked by this, but I'll eat crow at Affirm. Affirm goes through 15, and I lost on the short. I did go into the long trade because if you can't beat them, join them. But I'm going to run to the exits here because I don't believe on holding into this rally. On the garbage names. I just can't do it. And then we have a curl at 15.50. I'm going to reverse that trade. I thought we'd get to 25 on the Rivian break. We're not there yet, but 23.50 did get broken out. Tesla just rejected.
Yeah, big time.
Just rejected huge at 720. And this market is trying to come back in. But you know what happened? Again, every single time this is true on UVXY, we do not get through the top. Like, it tried to just get through 19 even, and nothing. Like, it wicks up and we cannot break back out. So volatility is still in the channel, which really doesn't make a heck of a lot of sense to me. Like, you would think we'd see at least some kind of a break, but UVXY continues a trend that it's been in, where it cannot seem to get outside of this range. So try to trade inside some of these stocks. Looks like we're going to open up in 2 minutes on Beyond Meat. I'm still watching that CGM, but who really cares? Tesla is just captivating. Right back up to this 720. If Tesla breaks back out here, like, you could start to 740, 750, those are some of the levels that you could start to work with. AMD, it's trying to break back up. It's now holding 85 even. NVIDIA looking like the same thing. It's now trying to hold a 160 bid. So you're getting a bit of a floor getting put in some of these quality names, which could get really spicy to the upside. Even Intel's about to go back above 43 even. That's the only big cap short that's still working. You know what? I got to reload that because below 43, sorry, I want to be up at 75s. Below 43, that's kind of one of those, it was the safest play because it was a multi-year level. It's still being held at that 43 even, guys. What a crazy move overall in the market.
Oh, nuts.
We haven't looked at Softy today, at least I haven't looked at Microsoft. 250 almost got tested on Microsoft. 253 it looks like.
Jeez.
So if we get another chance at that, we talk about round numbers all the time. They don't get any more round than $250 on Microsoft.
No, okay, so remember I was just talking about Facebook being at 190? Yeah, it's at 187.20. Like, it just got blown up right there. So we're going to average into this one. If this breaks 86, we're gone on FB. So that's another level here to watch. I mean, it might break 186. I don't need to be, like I said, we'll be in these names for a time, just not a long time here. Because if we break down, then we don't need to be in this. So I'm setting up my orders right now to get out in case we do crack lower on Facebook. We'll give back what we've made on some of these names here if it doesn't go. But I'm here to take a shot on this NASDAQ. I mean, who knows what we're exactly going to do here, but I'm going to try it one more time here on Facebook. And look, here it goes. It's cranking lower right now. Our average price is 187.29, so this will be a decent hit if it goes down, but now it's trying to catch a little bit of a bid and then it stops. So watch out now here for Facebook. Hopefully we can get a nice little move back up. We'll average some out because, again, we're trying to scalp this. Neil and I are day traders, so even though we might might like, the Rivian short, the Beyond Meat shorts, whatever we like, at some point, guys, we have to get flat. And you know, if we don't like the trade, we got to be flat at 4 o'clock anyways. So we're here scalping, taking shares in, taking shares out, hopefully for profit. And that's what we're trying to do here on Facebook. But the market wants to fail again. It's going to take out this 50 period and go to the downside. I mean, check back, health check on Apple. Maybe 140 is going to be a bid on that one. But yeah, this market's about to break lower right now.
So it must be a 10-minute halt on
Okay.
Beyond Meat. No, never mind. No, my math is wrong. It opens up in 30 seconds. I was off 5 minutes. So it should open up in about 30 seconds. If it doesn't, that means it's a 10-minute halt at that point. I'm still enamored with Tesla here. It's still in the channel. It looks like it's trying to hold 70 even for you-know-whats and giggles.
Yep.
I got stopped out of a Unity long in the pre-market. I'm like, I'll do the Tony defense.
Damn you, Tony.
$34, the new high on Unity. Looks like that one's coming back in an absolute with an absolute blast. Roblox as well breaking higher, guys. Roblox.
What a trade on
high of the
Facebook
day.
right now.
Bumble is moving, Brenda.
Huge move for Bumble as well, up 20% here. Guys just took out day highs after they came out with better than expected earnings, because of course they did. 21 right now for Bumble.
Now we're $1 in the money on Facebook, as that's starting to go upside right now. We have gotten out of 60%, the other way around, of this trade. Let's put one more piece out at 90. Wow, Facebook is a ripper right now, man. She's a screamer. Look at Beyond Meat. Beyond Meat right now up to $25 right now. Obviously, that's the halt spot. Whenever you halt twice, man, there was a trader on our floor that said the third halt is finito. Probably a reversal. Finito? Where's the cash? $26 right now. That name's coming in up to 26. We told you this, man. Rewind the tape. Brendan came to me early. It was 9 o'clock. I said the only long that I liked in this whole market was Beyond Meat. How does that taste? We were down 20% on Beyond Meat today. Now you're up to $27. It's a 21 breaker 19. Do you read? Let's go higher on this one. Facebook ripping everything today. You know, if you caught it, you caught it. If you didn't, you didn't. Lucky to get that Facebook long. Let's see if we can cruise a little higher.
So Beyond Meat, of course, I tried in front of 25 with a 25 stop. It just put a break through 26. Wick top at 26 to 26.75. So I've grabbed that one as well. Tesla is cresting, so don't want to lose sight of that. Tesla cresting at that 720 for a potential breakout on its own. But Beyond Meat's entirely too wild not to be on this one. Like, this isn't one of those like CGens or Verus that's sort of squeezing, right? Like, this is a bigger name. We've seen it with like GameStop, or we've seen it with DWAC or whatnot. These ones are going to give you way more volume, way more opportunities to get back into it. And that, for now, looks like a wick top. These are two separate trades. I mean, it's the second time off the fail break at 26. That's why the 25.70 short. If it comes back, I'm expecting a move back to about 22.5 to 23 on Beyond Meat. But every stop is always going to be back at the high of the day. Firm's trying to pull back in here. Oh, Tesla just rejected. No break on Tesla at 720. That just rejected for the third time.
Yeah, look at Facebook, man, all the way back down. Like, this is wild, man. This market is nuts. That's why, like, when it goes up there, like, we got pretty much the outs there that we needed, 188 and change right now on Facebook. So here we come, cranking lower, man, into this spot. So it breaks 186. We're going to get out of here on FB, but possibly let's try to reload a little bit down here. There we go. We take a bid here. We're just going to reload this, see if it does have a chance to get back upside. There it goes on the reload. We're not going to get too greedy now. If we can get $1 or even 50, we just reloaded that and it went in the money 50 cents for us. So let's just start to take some more out. I'm just like hitting offer enter up here and getting whatever price I put out. So there it goes. Let's go. What a reload again there. The chicken dinner winners are flying around right now. No pun intended on the chickens. They don't fly too far. But there it is right now, up to one. I mean, we just took some out again. Like, we just emptied out some of this clip one more time here on Facebook. Thank you. Come again on the reload there. Wow. We just got 186.16 on the reload. We're looking at 187 and change right now. That name's starting to work out for us, man. But yeah. Today, good day, but could always be better. This is only a half hour into the market, guys, and we've already screamed up, down, and around. So I'm pretty happy. I think I'll just sit on my hands now. If we get a 186 reload, we'll take it. Maybe Facebook just rockets from here.
I was mentioning Roblox above 25. It put it at wick top at 26. I was watching Beyond Meat at the time when it did it. It's now trying to base off 25. If it puts a double top in, then it could be worth it for a bit of a reversal style trade. But for now, that one is sort of come and gone here. Coinbase is giving a re-entry opportunity. We did have it off the open, but if you can, come on, load up. Coinbase is right back to this 46 level.
Wow.
The fail was at 50 this morning, but it's come halfway back. It's trying to grind higher. There's one shot in front of 47. If it breaks that, 50 is the other significant level to come into play, obviously. Brendo is at the big screen for happening now. The market's in a bit of a range, but it doesn't mean there isn't a lack of movement, or is a lack of movement.
New things happening.
Yeah, one or two. Let's have a look at a red board here. Not as bad as we were thinking. Anyways, S&P 500 full percent to the downside. The Dow 0.7 right now. Russell under pressure, all three of them. NASDAQ here 1.5% trying to lead to the downside. But overall, there are a few things bouncing. We talked about Dutch Bros. Stuck in a range, really. If you use that resistance area from aftermarket, some of the pre-market lows were back and forth on Dutch Bros. Yeah, 40% to the downside. There's that. Ford, same story. Down on a double downgrade. Pre-market resistance, pre-market support. We're stuck in the middle, guys.
I didn't even look at Ford and GM. We'll find. Yeah, that's a good
I had
look.
1210 right
I totally forgot about both of those names. I reloaded into Coin. Coinbase, we just talked about that one. Rivian put a wick top off of that high. Beyond's holding, it's actually holding up pretty well after the 25 break load. After the 25 break, I'm on the bid in front of 24. It hasn't been able to break it. The halt price was at, not the top halt. This halt price was down at 23. So that range, 22.5, I think that's where it can possibly get to. But Coin's starting to try to scream up. 47 is the key price for an out there. So if you're watching Coin, there's a lot to keep track of. No long positions, however. I did give up the last long that we had like a while back. But Tesla, once again, rejecting that high, like I was saying. Some of these names, it's like as big as the bounce back up was, like how the heck do we make a wick bottom down to 680 on Tesla and then we can't even break back out? Like the buying just grinds to an absolute halt once it gets to these highs. Like any resistance point that comes into on some of these big cap names, we just can't seem to bust through. Eventually, at some point you have to, but it's just not happening here. So Tesla, until that happens, I don't want a long. I only want a long if we can hold a break of a resistance level on some of these names, and Tesla goes into that bucket.
Yeah, you might be onto something here with this Beyond Meat. I mean, this $25 seems to want to hold pretty good here. We did rip up, obviously, on that last halt, and I did tell you guys about, you know, that 3 halt rule there, but that's not a rule. That's just one of the traders that was mentioning something like that before to us. Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. I mean, our last out was 24. We could take that out again if it comes back in. We only got 10%. I mean, really, realistically, most of our outs were here 22.50, 22, and then we're able to hold that right there for that move. So we are still waiting for Beyond Meat to do something. Okay, we just got more Facebook down there, so obviously we'll load that back. Like, we just got a Facebook. This is going to look silly because I don't even know what to tell you guys about how we're trading this name. But look what just happened on Facebook again. Look at these ticks. I just got long 186.10 down there, and it ripped up instantly into the money, $1 for us. So sometimes it's about trading the right names, man. Like Facebook, like bang, 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 right up to VWAP again, another $1 on this name. Like, I mean, I got to take this and, I mean, just try to hold it now. I mean, how many times are we going to come down there, resist it? We're out. I say hold it. I mean, I'm getting out. We're out now we're out of there, exactly half of what we had for $1 on the upside there. I mean, well, $1.90. Some of them are now it's $1. It just goes back and forth there. So yeah, Facebook. And I said to Neil, I'm probably gonna lose my whole day on this because if it comes down and cranks lower, then you know where are we gonna respect it? But I already have my out at you know just slightly lower than 186. This is gonna wick back and forth. Like imagine if you had that as an out and then you saw it just rip right back up. So you know be careful with all of these trades. I think I'll put another offer out. Get out some 180s one more time here. Sorry, some 80s, 186.80 if we can. This may break the last time. The NASDAQ is now below. I'm getting a little more nervous here about this Facebook trade. The NASDAQ heading lower. We're below the 50-period moving average. Notice one thing right now. I am not reloading this right now. I'm going to get some out actually here. I just had a 53. Did I get it? Yes, I did right there. Out some 53. Now, that's it. Now we'll hold. I'm into 40% of this last tick. This thing can now get me out at that 185.50, and we would keep absolutely all of our profits, not all of them, but a nice majority of them here. And I think I'm done for now. It's time to Netflix and chill. Maybe we'll go over to Netflix and watch a little bit. Tesla, man, still 690 right now and starting to go to the downside.
Tesla takes the low again.
Oh, man. The Dow, I mean, the ES is down 1.3%.
I'm going to eat my words about 666. Like,
Oh,
what's going to
man.
happen is
What's
it's going to
Disney
break
at?
and it's going to get to that price, and I'm really not going to like it if it happens. Just to go over a couple, I want to get to Beyond Meat again. There's somebody buying a bunch of shares here at 24. So I know 25 is holding as resistance, but it's still inside of that channel. I haven't taken anything out of it, but this is what's going on right here in Rivian. You can see 24 has a wick top. Here's 24.50 after 23.5 went. 24.50 is the next level up. It's about to test that one. So you've got converging levels here. Like, whoops, you got converging levels. I just minimize that chart like an idiot. Converging levels, Beyond Meat trying to go, Tesla reversing, and then Rivian, this 24.50 is trying to get taken out.
Ooh, this Facebook is chilly right now. $1.80 in the money. We just took some out. Look at this. Bottom ticks, top ticks. This is what we're all about right now, man. Fahad loving it over there. 188 right now, man. Yeah, we getting jiggy with it today. That's for sure. We talked about that yesterday with Will Smith. Can't get that out of my mind for some reason. You go to Miami, the next thing you know, you're all messed up. Okay. Fisker, that's not great. I was looking at Tesla here. It's taking 700 right now as we speak. But I was worrying about this like 710 level. Let's go, Facebook. Now $2 in the money. Oh, man, this chart's not loading again. I don't know what's going on with our daily charts, guys. But right there. Oh, no, sorry. Did I say 710? It's the 705 area right here that we're looking at. That could be something. This is 705 is... the VWAP here, but I'm not super interested in that actually. It was this 710 right into here where we've ripped, tanked off that level. So 710, if the market goes, this could be a good one. I'm just gonna, excuse me, Beyond Meat still $4 in the money. We're gonna try to, I'm just gonna hold that one, man. I mean, who knows where we go from here on Beyond Meat, honestly. Like, this is just a crapshoot at this point. It's halting for really no reason up and down. I mean, there are a couple names halted there. Carvana, I think you said Upstart as well.
Upstart halted, yeah.
Some of these beatdown names halting all over the place. Target for Facebook, honestly, 190. I mean, we're long at 186. We're just going to channel this and hopefully get this upside. We didn't want to play in the middle. We talked about that. We started to do it there. That's why we were in trouble. Popped back up. We were able to get out. And now we can, reap the fruits of our labor as right here, Facebook coming back up to the upside. Look at what the trades we have on. $4 on Beyond Meat. $3 on Facebook, right now up to 189. Let's take a 189.50, man. I mean, honestly, $4 in the money on Facebook in a market that we're uncertain of. This is worth taking right here. Good day today so far on these tech names, but you had to get specific prices. If you didn't, you're playing in the middle and you're probably not a happy camper. But let's go Facebook, resisting off 189. Let's just take a piece out here. We have enough bullets to fire.
And here comes Dutch Brothers. Dutch Brothers is attempting to make its second breakout of the day. $23, wick top through 23. You can sort of see that here. So I'm ignoring 24 for now. Actually going to cancel that stop order. 23 still in play, so I just grabbed it, starting in at 22 even. We just had the break on Rivian through 24.5. So again, that one takes out the top. So we take another hit on Rivian, and 25 about to come into play on RIVN. So every single level up, looking for those turns. This is the crazy thing about this, by the way, is if you look at what's going on in the market, still, it's hard. Come on, this chart won't even load up either. This is the NASDAQ. We're not even out of the 100-point range at the open. Maybe 150 if you want to call it that. So it's still whipsaw action. The market hasn't picked a direction, which is absolutely crazy. I say that with Tesla. I say that with AMD. Not AMD. AMD's definitely moved. And then Microsoft, which is the one that we thought had a chance at 250.
Oh, yeah, softy.
Just now. And that's still on bros, even though I hit enter. Is back below that 255. It did come down to the lows at 253. I don't know if we're going to see 250, but if you look at what's sort of happening in Microsoft, here is a sort of lower high formation getting put in on Microsoft, which is grinding towards testing those lows, which mean we could see $250 on the bid if it continues this trend. Probably not going to happen if the market doesn't break out of this range. So for now, it's the squeeze names that are moving, and everything else is inside of its band.
All right, just looking at here, I want to check out some Bitcoin here, but hold on a second. I got to fix it because I don't have a hide cross market. That's why. Okay, on this one. Okay, just quickly here, man. We have a 189.50 alert here. Let's go. We're waiting right here at 190. Can we get some of this out? 189.90 right now. We're trying to get it out on Facebook, man. We are up like more today already in the first 30 minutes than we were all day yesterday. There it is. Yes, sir. $4 winner right there. Wish we would have held everything. Damn, Sean. Why are you such a scalper? What's up, Brendo?
Carvana, guys, back to day highs here as well. Another one, speaking of short interest, 15.5% on this one. Trying to get back to this 35 from yesterday for Carvana.
Oh, goodness. Here comes Beyond Meat's high of the day again. So I didn't take $2 when it gave me the chance. And here we go through the top. I'd be willing to have a stop. It's a halt potential band here at 35. It's on the halt band.
It's halting.
Yeah. So, remember I talked about this? Do not, if you have a stop at the high of the day, well, it doesn't matter that it didn't break the high of the day. It's halting. So you don't want to hold through the halt, so you have to take it out before it breaks your stop price. That's just more of like a safety type of thing there because it could always open higher. If it opens lower, fine, then you just get to engage with the same trade. But if it opens higher, you get absolutely screwed. So I got out. I'm not going long at these prices. I think it would be kind of crazy to go long up here because reality is the stock is going to come back down. It's simply a matter of where. But the 3 halt rule, which it's not really a rule, does come into play. That was the second one here. We'll see if the 3 halt rule comes into play. That's just something a guy said on the floor, although he did do some back testing. I'm not saying he made it up.
No, I mean, this is it right here. I'm not going to get out because we're just cruising right now. $27 for Beyond Meat. Like I was kind of joking when I said there's a lot more room to, not joking. I didn't realize we'd be to $27. I mean, like I said, I thought 25 was a pretty decent look right there. But you know what I'm really not joking about? Facebook. I mean, we called this move, man. I wanted to get into something that was strong if and when this market started to rip. Beyond Meat, fine. That was an easy play for me. We had that 21. That was easy. We had that early right off the open. We wanted it. So all we had to do was put the order in and then just wait for it to happen. No idea it was going to halt. That's a good trade for us. But Facebook is honestly just a trade that I'm very, very happy with and proud of because we hit this name. We liked it. Obviously, we wish we had a little bit more on board here. But there goes Facebook, man, ripping to the upside. What a great trade for anybody that hit that long. You might be into a short area now as the market's trying to turn green today. Didn't think we'd hit that, but give it to Brendan now. What up?
Even the OG squeeze stocks getting some love, guys. GME and AMC on a tear as well. Just got to 89 and 90 again for GameStop.
And here comes Tesla. This is now the 3rd, 4th time I think Tesla's trying to get through this high. The high,
really? It broke? Oh, no,
it hasn't
Sean.
broken. The pre-market high is 272, 271 and change. It's at 217 and it's trying to go. And the other thing that's actually happening pretty much right now is you are seeing on what is support, we're actually condensing. Like volatility is condensing on UVXY. Like it's the exact opposite. So if we're going to break out, you probably still need to at least take out one of these bottoms, which it hasn't done. 1840 looks like the level. So I'm kind of watching that. You really want to see 1840 go to have a continuation in some of these names. But man, if Tesla takes out this high, oh my goodness, you can pretty much I'm looking for this opportunity for this one to go because if you look at what the destruction that's happened in Tesla and the amount of gap that it has to fill, like forget about 740, maybe even 750, you get to the upside and this starts to squeeze, people start getting back into that name. It gets really, really testy really quick. I took Coin just now in front of 50 and it just broke back above $50. So Coin's back above 50. That went to $43 earlier today. And here goes Tesla.
Yeah, okay, and we're going to take AMC at breaking through 80, guys. Yesterday, AMC had that top right there of 80 right now, so it's trying to take it out. We are now long into this name. I don't want to give this one too much room because it's just up so much. We've missed the whole move, but we'll be here till about 1060 or so to see, maybe even 1050 on the upside as there goes AMC now, man. Today, like I keep saying, is a great day. Look at this, $7 ladies and gentlemen, in the money right now on Facebook, as well as $7 in the money on Beyond Meat right now. So, I mean, this has just been a crazy, and there's AMC upside as well. AMC, we just got 15 cents in the money on this name. Let's see if it can take out $11 here. AMC, we just took that level. I don't know where it's going to go, to be honest with you. So we can hold this one. We gave you some targets. I'll put an offer here. We get a 92. That's not bad for us there on AMC. Come on, there it is. We just got a 92 out there. Let's see what happens near 11 on AMC, but you have a lot higher than this. So we're going to wait to see if it could take out that 11 right now. What's up, Bren?
I mean, everything, just crazy moves right now. Backed holdings, crypto related here. Another one that reported just took out day highs there on huge volume. Now up, it was negative, up 13%.
I couldn't even get filled on the Tesla break. Tesla's already like, it would have been $10 right now. 730 it just got to. So now I don't know if it's going to dip. It probably isn't going to dip. But there's room to 40s and 50s. So I guess it wouldn't have to dip much for you to take it. If you're looking at the 1 minute chart or the 3 minute chart, that's not going to tell you the story. You got to go to the higher time frame. Like, it's probably valid all the way back into 15s here. So if we are going to jailbreak to the upside, as I watch UVXY, we're now broken through that support level. You do want to favor the long. So Tesla, wow, it did make the break, but liquidity, not that great. Not that great at all. So it's pretty much impossible for me to get that fill.
All right, I can't believe we talked about that Tesla 710 and I didn't do anything about it there. What a great move that would have been to have that on board. Some names starting to come back up. We wanted to test, there goes Beyond Meat. It's now open, $6 in the money on Beyond Meat here as it just retested. That's the third halt theory, so get ready. This could fall back down. I think we could get out if it takes down 25 and then just be happy with this. So I'm going to put in the order right now, a takedown of 25 and we'll get out of Beyond Meat. I think that's pretty reasonable there to say that's, you know, enough of a winner for us. We're pretty happy with that play for sure. Look at AMC, guys, by the way. The People's Trader is in the building. You can't be the People's Trader and not trade the People's stock, right? So there it is right there. Well, we're not diamond handsing this thing too much, but it's already up to 11, 20, 24, 25 there. So there's another winner for us. We are just on fire today. My biggest day of the month by far here, as you guys can probably tell. AMC, look at that. We just took that off of yesterday's high break. Well, I guess it was the aftermarket high of 1080 right there, coinciding with a couple of levels. So we like it. It's a big mover upside right now. The only name that's failing is a name that maybe we should have tested. AMD up today. AMD was the worst stock today, down. So we thought that maybe it could catch a bid there. We took an 86 buy. That's not working. We're going to get out of this one if it dumps through 85. So one more average down into here. This sucks. We're giving back some money on AMD, but we got Brendan to give us some good news somewhere.
GameStop just halted, guys, to the upside. Here's another one. Etsy, 10% to the upside. This has 10% short interest as well.
All right.
See, for sure. We'll get to GameStop in a quick second there. Tesla trying to put a little bit of a comeback back on. I took a piece at 725. This one's valid back to about, I'd say 8 to 15. So got to give it a little bit of room on Tesla. I did get back into Beyond Meat, the third halt. It put a wick top. It couldn't get through 27. So it's the same thing. Have a tight stop on all of these. Like, you got to have a bit of an out here. Miss V, was it?
So.
Hey guys, what a crazy day. Hope you catch that moves and have a profitable morning so far. And I'm reminding you to like this video, team. We have more than 7,000 people watching us right now, and we need around just 500 more likes to get to 2,000. So please, team, find a second, smash the like button, and let's go back to guys and the market.
All right. We panicked a little bit there when we heard that GME got halted there, because AMC came right back down, and we did take some out in the 90s. I mean, I'm not proud of that because now it's back up into 11 here. So we're going to put one more. We still have shares on board. We can trade this thing, no problem. But we're going to wait for 1120 or so, kind of where it didn't stop at 1120, but if it can just bump up a little bit more, then I think that's a decent spot to get some more there. AMD, we did average into that trade. I'm not in love with this, so I'm going to start to get some out right now. There it is. So AMD is a loser for us, 100% on that one. But we did take an average in. We're still waiting for 84 to break. So now I'm going to hold it now. We've definitely and again, we having such a big day, and I don't want to lose it on a stock that really I'm not sure I should be long anyways. So we'll take the gamble here on AMD. Our average price now is 85.40, but it's a losing trade. We took 86 and we got some out. So not a great trade so far on AMD. Hopefully that can turn around and we can turn this one into a winner, but it's not going to win anything until we take down this 86.20. So it's got to go back up to the upside. Facebook fading out a little bit. That Beyond Meat went as high there as 27. Should have used this 26.50 as our out, but we didn't. So that's not great. If you break back down below 25, then we'll get out of that name. But yeah, so far so good. Did we get that AMC? Yes, we did. AMC goes right to 20. So right now we only have 20% left of our AMC. So let's just hold this one, moon or not. We'll wait for this one, but that was a good trade for us. Now, if we take down that wick, 70, I'm out. Let's just get out if it takes down 70 on this name. Out of soon, out of AMD on a breakback down below 85. This name obviously a lot weaker than the market. We should not have been in this one. Should have been a short, not a long. Got to be humble. I'm here to admit that.
And but UVXY, by the way, it did take that level, but it still hasn't gone through 18. So 18, obviously the next little bit of a line in the sand there. If it breaks through this, then you really get a bigger breakout happening in the overall market. Tesla just came back to those teens, so I did pick up a dip buy there. I didn't take it out when it went to 30s. Like you said, I just kind of feel like 40s, above 30s at least is probably where it's going to go. You're barcoding since the reopen on Beyond Meat. One of the sometimes signs that you're going to come back on some of these squeeze type names is when other things start squeezing. That has sometimes been true. I don't mean to say it's going to be true here, but as usual, the stop is at the high of the day. GameStop, which, okay, now that's not going to load because that NF thing just happened. That's back up to 95. If it opens back up here, I don't think you're even testing it unless it gets to 100. That's sort of the first obvious level. It is the first halt that I saw in GameStop. So when these start to go, I'd rather dig in at a significant level than anything else. As you can see, it's frozen. I just paid for shorts, although I'm not even sure we had to, but it was only 1 cent per share, and this charts are now frozen, so Sean.
Yeah, okay. So we might have just got wicked down there on AMD, which is probably, I don't know, and it just got me back long there because, again, I feel like it just tested that bottom. We did get stopped out because it broke 85, but then it just jumped right back up. So I wanted to get long again on this name. So that's exactly what we did. And now we can reap some benefits back up to the upside now. Long 85.15 here on AMD, but I don't, like I said, man, I'm trying to, let's see if I can hold half. There it is. Okay, so we just got some out at 50 there. Now we're going to see if we can hold half back up to 86 or so if it wants to take it out. So that's going to be a good trade for us there. Not much else to review. AMC, we told you about where our out's going to be on that name. Downside.
GameStop just opened.
GameStop just opened. Okay, so let's go. Is your chart working? I can load it up. 97, 98, 99, 100. There goes AMC. This is exactly what we're talking about now as AMC goes higher, higher, higher on that bid of GameStop.
GameStop's going to halt at 99.75.
Good. Yeah, let's get that halted one more time here.
It froze again.
AMC.
Oh my God.
Upside right now, $1 in the money on AMC as that's trying to go upside again. Let's just put an offer right where we just hit there. 60s. We'll offer that out if we can get it, man. Here it is. We're long on AMC. This has been a good mover for us here. If we can get out in the 60s, we'll do it. There goes AMD also. There goes AMC. Here we go, man. This has been a monster day for some of these crazy names. Beyond Meat, AMC, Rivian. We're down on Rivian. There goes AMD. AMD up to 86 again. Let's go, baby. Another $1 in the money here. 80 cents in the money on AMD. We've already taken a bath on it, but let's try to get some more out. And without any further ado, let's go over to Brendan at the big screen because I can't stop trading.
Look at this chart.
Crazy reversals right across the board this morning, guys. If you took the initial move on a lot of these, you were totally fine, but then got steamrolled, as I did, on the way back up. Here's Coupang we were talking about. 11.50 pre-market levels give you a huge flush down to 9.50. We're back to that 11.50 once again on Coupang. Let's see what happens. Massive volume on pretty much all of these right now. The CGEM, same story, 9.50.10 we talked about. Huge flush down to 8.50 off of the open. We're back above that 9 once again, trying to consolidate for CGEM. I tried to add there on the way through the low from the pre-market as a bid dropped, but it refreshed a couple of times, so got run over there as well. VERU, a tricky one this morning, but did give you a move down to 675, held support from the pre-market, back to pre-market highs right now for VERU, guys. Wild, as you said, action so far. Back over to you.
That's right. Very reported today. Like, that was gangbusters. There's an iceberg at 7:30 on Tesla, right? Well,
holy crap.
No, there's still an iceberg on 7:30 in Tesla, but they just broke it like 2 times, and then it just re-engaged that level. So on the off chance that this is about to do a little bit of a dip, I didn't take anything out the first time here, but someone just keeps jamming 730s in. So if it's going to dip from here, then I'm going to try and get some more in the teens. I still think we can get to 740, but you can't ignore the fact that somebody just sold an absolute boatload and is still doing so at 730 on Tesla. I still can't. I mean, GME still halted, but it didn't break 100, by the way, on that halt. It halted beneath that price, which doesn't make sense to me.
And the apes are in the building. Look at this, man. AMC, 1080 we're long, but we don't have many shares left. This is up to 1320 right now. This is monster. It's going to halt to the downside. Oh, no. I thought it was going to halt to the downside there. Watch out.
Did it just pull back?
Yeah.
No, not yet. Not till GameStop is open, man.
Yeah. Well, it didn't pull back that much, man. So we'll wait to see on that one. Look at the trades we have on here. $7 in the money on Facebook. $7 in the money on Beyond Meat. You know, no fake meat on this one. As we're chewing up some profits here, downside, the market goes. No, it's not. Right now, highs of the day, AMC taking it out. Look at this AMD trade, guys. Long right now, $1. These are the trades we have. $2 in the money, AMC. $1.50 in the money. Beyond Meat. Let's go. Halt again. $10 in the money. Well, let's see if it gets up there. Beyond Meat. We got to go back over to Brennan and see what he's saying.
I'll throw another one on the list. Here goes Bed Bath & Beyond as well. They're all going right now, guys. GameStop, AMC, BlackBerry even. Have a look at costs as well. Here's BBBY too.
What a day.
So now 730 got broken on Tesla, and then someone showed up right at 740. So it got to the 740. I just took someone at 35. I'm watching You can't watch all of these at the same time. So I've chosen GameStop, which is now halted. But costs and BlackBerry are in that range. If you're not watching AMC and GameStop while you're trading those two names, maybe Bed Bath & Beyond, because if those two start to come back in, it's going to get real ugly for the. I guess the lesser is probably the wrong word for it, but I guess the lesser of those other names. So, you know, I'm going to stick to the granddaddies, and that to me that's GameStop, maybe Bed Bath & Beyond, but also AMC. GameStop's going to be open in like 40 seconds, and the fact that my chart is working, I'm not flipping away from it because when I do, then I can't get it back, and it's going to be at that $100 level when it opens. It's indicating a flat open right now. 99.75, so 100 is still very much in play for GameStop.
Oh, shit, Fahad. Look at this move. Up to 87 now goes AMD. I mean, what exactly is happening right now? This market is insane. We've had Facebook is $7. Oh, by the way, the shittiest of all shitty stocks here, Palantir apparently, is now in the building. So we took that one. It looks like it's going to fail at 10. So I wish it was at 10. At 7 here. Let's take a piece out here at 97 if we can get there. Goes just ripped up there. We took a piece out there at 97.
Where did that even open? No, it did not open. No, you could not have gotten 100. You could not have gotten 100. That's BS. GameStop opened at, looks like 103. There's a wick down to 100 on my chart, but that's fugazi. Like, you couldn't get that price. Now it's going to halt at 108.50.
Yeah.
That one, you couldn't even get into that. That was kind of, I mean, you had to punch like 104, 105 to get in. Now it's again halted into the upside. So GameStop's going, baby.
This is going to be like a record day for, Day Trade the World, I feel like is going to just absolutely crush on a day like today when everything is motoring.
Tesla's almost at 750.
This is an amazing day, man. This is, for day traders, guys, this is like, honestly, you know, these are the days where it's like, thank God you're in front of a monitor here and able to trade, right? Like we say that we love this job, and there's so many reasons why I do. And then today is just another one. Like when else can you sit in front of a computer screen and do these kind of damage? It's like the casino is open, baby, and they're just handing out free bets today. $7 here, $1.94 for Facebook right now, and the market's not even screaming yet. You're only up 0.28. There's so much more upside right now. We got out of some AMD upside there, 87. I feel like the party's not over yet. What's up, Brendo?
And the very same thing to Miss V beside me here, guys. We just went positive on the S&P. Unlimited room to the upside. LCID, Lucid even joining the party here. Just took out day highs, almost 12% for Lucid.
So throw out your 1 and 3 minute charts at this point. Pull out your 15-minute chart pretty much probably for the rest of the day. Tesla just turned at 745. I got out of it because who knows? I'm actually still in Intel if you can believe that, but the stop was at 43. It's a 6-year level that got broken, and so as long as we're below 43, I guess I'm going to be in the Intel short. As stupid as that seems with the market going back to the upside, but we just got green. It's a squeeze names that are going. GameStop's going to be open in just a short bit. But some of these are getting out of hand. 120, I actually remember 125 from last week. So the fact that we're back here is a little, well, we're not there yet, but the fact that we have a chance to get back there seems crazy. But I feel like anything in the middle is almost like it's nuts. Either we're back below 100 or we're looking for 125 on GameStop. That's a wide range, but I kind of feel like that's the right way to go about here today. Like beyond me, it's got to be 25 or it's got to be 30. Cost, you can probably get away, something like a cost, you can get away with pretty much wherever GameStop or one of these other names happens to turn. I think that's going to be the play. That barely went, like it's only at 15%. And the liquidity is nonsense on this. It's only about 400,000. I thought it would be over 1 million, but it's not. I feel like you can still look for dip buys. I'm just looking over at volatility. We're back down to 18. If 18 breaks on UVXY, it almost doesn't matter where you're long. And if this is going to be a dip buy situation, why did that? Is this still on cost? Beyond Meat just opened back up, but Tesla, 720, 725 in play as long as we're still falling on UVXY.
All right, that concludes the bang right there. AMC, we got out at 13 right there. You got to have levels, man. And that's our out on AMC as it's starting to fall back in a little bit here. So let's take that out on AMC. Can cancel all our other orders. Actually, I got to do that right now. Just start to, like my out on Facebook, 186. Do you guys remember that? So my out on Facebook was about 40 cents, right? We're now $8 in the money. Right? So that's not bad at all for a risk to reward on that one. We did dump out of AMC there. I was just I don't even have a GME chart up. I was just watching the momentum here, but you have to. If you're going to trade both these names, they do trade what seems to be like back and forth with each other. So that's a good out for me there at 13 on that name. I'm debating Palantir now. Maybe these meme stocks have stopped a little bit, which I can put Palantir in that boat. Like a $7 name that we know can do 400 million shares. This name could be one that goes, and if it does, we want to be on it. We're trying to give this back to 685. We did take a little piece out, though, just debating what to do with Palantir. Other than that, we're just letting everything ride, man. Beyond Meat, a monster trade as well. We might just get out of this if it takes 27, guys. What's up, Brendo? I
put Roblox on the watch list this morning, guys, because 5 or 6 different price target cuts on Roblox today. Here's the chart. 23% right now for RBLX as well, straight to the upside, back through 30 for Roblox. Let's get a quick check. We'll pause, check out Europe right now. 1 hour left in the session over there, Miss V. What's up?
Hey, Brendan, European markets are negative. Meanwhile, mobile operator BT trading in London up more than 2% after saying it had finalized the deal to combine its sports broadcasting unit with Discovery.
Big pop on DWAC there, the latest maybe to join the fun, guys.
Oh, so check the volume on some of these names, right? Because like DWAC's still under 1 million shares in volume. Like GameStop's done. GameStop just opened up. Oh, it's halting down. Down halt.
Okay, we'll try short then on AMC. Oh, I can't even get short on AMC.
Not getting anything.
Okay, I got some short on AMC there. Is it really down halting?
I got some. Yeah, so I got some GameStop there.
Oh, good.
At 102.66, it looks like. I just got into Beyond Meat shorts. Oh, where the heck is Cost at right now? Oh, that's already dead. That Cost is already gone, so forget about that one. What else is there? BlackBerry, I suppose. I'm not moving off the GameStop chart there for a quick second. Sorry, guys, I apologize for that. Because I'm staring at other names, trying to bring them up to see what else is turning around. But it's a halt down on GameStop. Yep. The thing about the risk of this trade is it can the get out on open has been absolute trash for the last few months now. So I don't think you can get out just wherever it happens to open up. That's not what I'm going to be looking to do. Actually going to have to try to maybe even think about getting more shares to 105 and give it to the top. So that's your level of risk. You actually are risking $7 to $10 on this trade. I was able to just get Beyond Meat as well. As realistically, the second I saw the halt on GameStop, I went over to anything I could find that was still at these highs and just try to get into it. I got 28.77 in front of 29 on Beyond Meat. I was going to, like I said, I'd wait for 30s, but everything changed once GameStop halted to the downside, obviously. So had to be able to adjust to that when it did happen. So I'm going to get a stop in there at the high of the day. Still, I don't care that GameStop halted. I'm still going to stop out at the high of the day on Beyond Meat. I don't think this necessarily affects something like a Tesla, but it is worth noting. That just got to 750. Wick topped at 750 and is now coming back in. Maybe we can be buying the dips there. I still feel like the quality names have a chance, especially if UVXY keeps coming down. Got to separate the buckets. You've got your bigger cap names. You've got the squeeze names, which are continuing to go. I think they can still move in lockstep. You can rug pull on those without necessarily putting the kibosh on the potential rally for things like maybe a Tesla here. So I want to kind of keep those in two different buckets.
Yeah, I think that's what you got to do. We're pretty light on everything right now, right? We still have half of our Palantir. Palantir, for some reason, got us out some shares there at 7 right there. So I don't know what happened there. It ripped up. We were sitting at 07. It filled us, and then came back down in. So we're going to watch out for that play coming through. You're going to see me short now because, again, I don't have GME up, but Neil was like, it's halting to the downside. So we were taking some shorts there. Now it's starting to blow up a little bit here. So did GME have a tap right now?
Everything I've seen this morning is tapping flat when it halts.
Yeah,
you're not actually seeing.
Yeah.
It's never.
It's literally the same price.
And GameStop tapped flat at $99.75 and then opened $5 higher. So it's these indicated open prices. No one's tipping their hand until 5 seconds before the open. So
yeah,
I know we usually tell you guys, oh, it's tapping this or that. It's been so irrelevant today that it almost doesn't matter.
I'll try a few more shorts here into Beyond Meat. Into AMC just in case. There's GME 102.6. The only thing that I remember was Beyond Meat actually was changing a little bit with the tap, but then Neil's right. The move after that is really, that's really what you're looking at here. I was going to wait for a 26 break here on Beyond Meat. We could really take 26.50. That's probably a little bit better. Why don't we do that? Put in our order for 26.50 break here on Beyond Meat. So if we break through that, and we're just using, this is about as random a level as it gets. It's just right into there. I don't really know. I just don't want to. We went to 29. It sucks to give it back up. We only have 10% left, but still, we're counting the money as it comes through here. So, okay, so your thing's going to be good, man, because there it comes to the downside right now for AMC. So AMC is coming down. We just reloaded that short. So we'll take a piece out at 88 if we can get it. Looks like, no, we didn't, but we'll probably get it anyways. 88 to come through, especially on that GameStop. There it is. So on that GameStop open, that should be pretty exciting. AMD came back a little bit, but we got some more out there. Well, actually, we got some out at 86.40 or so. Now this is coming back in. The market's starting to crack a little bit here. So this might be time to get out of these longs and then just see what happens now with the rest of the day. There's a lot of focus on these GameStop type things. Like Neil said,
I'm not going to move away from GameStop.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The different buckets here. We might as well just get out and focus on some of these crazy names, guys.
Yeah, so GameStop should open up in 30 seconds or so, and that means got to watch Beyond Meat when that happens. If we break the top on GameStop, Beyond Meat's probably going to take its high of the day as well. But you're seeing just crazy. So Beyond Meat just came back down through 27. I did take some out there because you still have risk. If you halt down and then break back and take out the highs on GME, Like, think about how crazy bullish that is, because everyone and their mother just probably went short, or at least attempted to go short on this down haul, thinking, oh goodness, it's going right back to 85 bucks.
Yeah.
Nothing fundamentally has changed. This is a pure squeeze to the upside. Oh, wow.
There's a big one.
98s?
Yeah,
I see
big
98s.
one. Big one. $98 there on GME. So, Neil has it. Go to his one.
It just went 98. 95 is catching a bit of a bid here as well. So I don't know if I want to take a few more shares out in this band if I can. I'm not thinking about anything but, hold on to at least half the position. If it tries to take out 100 again, go short again. That's all I'm thinking about for GameStop. Like, this is not Tesla. This is not, you can't even call it Rivian. Like, this is, fundamentally speaking, nothing has changed. The stock should be back at 90 bucks, certainly. And if you had to tell me of the two, and we would say this with GameStop and AMC, like, you can make a better argument for why AMC holds 10, 15, for why GameStop is still over 85. But this is a pure squeeze play. I think if we get through this 95, we're probably heading down to 90. A second halt, I want to make sure I'm holding through. While this is going on, Beyond Meat as well did make a bit of a flush, but look at it check up at 27. So I'm getting on the bid at 26. Like, this squeeze is a little bit stronger. At least for now, it looks like it's a little bit stronger than the GME one. If you're in a Koss or a BlackBerry or, I guess, what's the other one? Like Bed Bath & Beyond, probably coming back in on you. Like, GameStop and AMC are the meme squeeze futures. When they are going and they turn, the bid will drop. It's the algos, man. They're just going to pull bids on all these other ones when these turn. And it works both ways, man. I remember one time when GameStop made the greatest bottom ever, and all you had to do was casually flip over to Koss and hit the long key. Because it was delayed by like 1 full minute, you could have had Koss at the bottom, and GameStop had already turned and was screaming. So that's why you use these guys as the futures. Looks like it's still trying to hold a bid at 94, 95. There we go. Yeah. Now it's not. Now it's not. Now it's starting to come back down here.
Yeah, great.
I'm going to get on the bid in front of maybe 92.5 to take some more shares out, because I'm still holding over half the position here.
Yeah, that was good. Great trade on that short. I should have gone over to it. I was too busy shorting AMC because I was in it. But there it is, AMC, a nice short as well. Back down to the downside there. We're short 12.40, and still in this name. Our Beyond Meat came out, man. It takes out 26.50. So we get out of that one. That was a pretty decent opportunity for me there to get out of that name. So far, so good on that play right there. Yeah, let's go over to Brendo. He has something.
Guys, Lordstown we had on the list this morning as well, coming off of their their recent deal for manufacturing just took out day highs there. Volume coming in to Lordstown.
Oh, right. Okay. We can look at Rivian as well. I mean, that's another possibility there. Did you get out some there?
Yeah, I got out some there.
Nice. Yeah.
You know what happened on that? I was trying to figure out like why I didn't get more shares. On GameStop, instead of just putting everything on Edge A, I tried to put multiple orders on Edge A, Boss X. These are all the gateways that you pay to add liquidity to. So I tried putting on a bunch, just seeing which fill I'd get. And of course, when it blasted, auto cancel ended up working. That was one situation where I probably didn't want auto cancel to work. And I say that tongue in cheek. You always want your auto cancel to work. But it's catching a bid. I'm going to get some out in front of 90 if it continues to go down. If we pop and GameStop tries to go back through 100, my gut instinct is short the pop. So I'm going to let it, now we've taken profit, I'm going to let this one go back up to that. The halt price was $99.75 on the way up. If it tries to take that out, I'm thinking failed break back through. It seems to me unlikely that you're taking out the top after a move like that. Seems crazy. While all that was going on, the Tesla bounce, it already happened at like 7:30. Tesla didn't even pull back to the teens. I was thinking if we start to flush back in, Tesla you can probably get, let's go 715, 720 where we were getting it before. No Moss, didn't happen. Looks like it's still relatively strong. The big names are still breaking out. The ES is trying to go green here. We're ticks away from going green, and this is why. We've broken one support level on UVXY. $18 could get broken. And if this gets broken, forget about it. Tesla, we break this at 18 and head down to 17 on UVXY. Tesla's going to 775, 780. Sector watch. Let's go to the big screen. Man, not as green as you would think, but it's getting there, Brendo.
Yeah, I was just thinking I should start taking before and after pictures of this board because this is dramatically different from what we started the session with this morning at 9:30. A lot more green on here now. This is the consumer discretionary group now that's actually leading. We were talking about Etsy a little bit in the pre-market. That's Tapestry as well, 13% to the upside. They reported aftermarket yesterday, so a decent look for anything in the consumer durables group except for GM and Ford down here, both on that double downgrade from Wells Fargo this morning. Travel names notably weak in this group as well. Some of the healthcare names bouncing back up. Moderna, 6%, VTRS, Tech, and ILMN leading the way. Industrials showing a little bit of strength. This is the tech group starting to come back to life. AMD lagging a little bit there, 1.5%, but everything else not bad. Quickly, communication stocks, Dish, WBD, and Match leading the way, all kinds of strength coming from them. Energy, very weak. Look at the oil chart compared to energy stocks right now. Banks as well, notably weak on the day as well. So kind of back and forth, but more strength coming in, guys, as we, as you said, work our way back towards positive. Back over to you.
So, yeah, nice little hold there, GME coming back down. But look what I wrote down here for Apple. Short any pops into 146, 147. So Apple right here on the sticky note, short any pops into 146, into 147. Obviously, we were distracted with some of the things we were doing. Apple's high, 146 today, 146.15. If you shorted that, you're in the money now, $2, but we didn't. So let's start to build the Apple short against that level right now. We don't want to get too short Apple at these levels. Like, you know, the market today is on fire. We don't necessarily need to be short anything, but if Apple can come into this level, 146, I will give it to 147. So we start the short now. We shouldn't have done that. As we notice, it's in the middle here. So very light trade right now. We're going to average this up and wait for a closer. I mean, we're out of the money. It's 144. We got to wait for 146. So as it comes back up, we'll wait. We'll take some like 145.80s. We might take something near 145 as well. But I want to try to see if 146 is a level that Apple wants to hold. If not, then we could see about breaking 147. So I'm in this too early. That's a mistake for sure. AMD's ripping, Palantir's trying to go as well. And let's just wait to see what everything else does, man. Apple, the only area of concern for me, and it's very, very light. We're going to have to wait for this thing to get back to the upside, 146 and change, guys.
So, well, in all of this madness, it's bewildering to me because I was saying, like, probably the safest short today was Intel in front of 43. And it's like it's the only one I just got more shares like 15 minutes ago, and I'm only now thinking about I should be reloading this stock. It got to 42.85. It seems to not care what the rest of the market is doing. Now remember, when growth goes up, the names that are like more defensive should be relatively weak. So going along that vein, I should have, whatever. I'm going to get back on the offer this one. I should have just been talking about it, not talking about it, maybe got some more shares in the 20s, sort of the 75 range, but I'm going to get more shares on the way up to 43. And if this takes 43, fair enough. 43.07 is the high of the day. GameStop, which I'm still in, and Beyond Meat are trying to catch bids here. Well, it was trying to catch a bid. Sorry, GameStop got back above 95 last I checked. It's now back below. I'm still on the bid in front of 90. And then if we break 90, I'm still thinking we can get back to where this whole thing started. As for Beyond Meat, that might not get there. It's in the bucket, but it's not in the bucket. It's kind of like those names, but you know, it's holding up a heck of a lot better above 25 even. So I didn't manage to get the top, but I will short it here. Stop. Do not let it get to the whole price. Stop, re-engage. Get out when it breaks out of the range. Tight stop there. Stop out, then re-entry point, which we got the 28.77 re-entry point, and now you're getting it to flush. So that's what it takes. Sometimes it's like, okay, bang, 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 hit, and eventually it comes through. Here comes 91 for GameStop. It looks like that one's going to flush. I don't know what AMC is doing because I haven't really been checking in it too much. I haven't hit a key in a while, so I guess I'll hit the bowling key. But 90 breaks on GameStop. I think we actually could head to 85. I don't know why it's not halting a second time. It felt like there were a couple of quick triggers, halts to the upside, like especially this one here. Like I don't understand why we halted on a $5 move on GameStop, and you can see it drop 10, and we haven't halted in a couple of minutes. But it looks like the reins are getting pulled in on some of these, but not for Tesla. I got out of Tesla, and maybe I'm thinking to myself I should have hung on to a piece of this because Tesla's showing some strength, baby. Like it's sitting here at this 730 and saying 680, That's enough. We don't want to go to 666. You think you're getting that level? Forget about it. Even on a dip, it feels like it's got enough strength to hold 715 or so. So Tesla holds green today, and the VIX continues going to the downside. I'm telling you, like that could be like the one. I'll check back in on Microsoft in a second, but I cannot believe we missed a chance at 250. That was the one big tech name that I didn't look at in the pre-market. Didn't realize we'd get a shot at 250.
Yeah, we're $1 in the money on AMC right now. Is that starting to go back to yeah, I mean, our Apple, first of all, is working. Remember, we were nervous about this trade. We're now 40 cents in the money on the short. So that's starting to work to the downside right now. We did take some out for flat because we were nervous. Right there, you could see in and out for flat there at 30. Actually, we lost 20 cents, sorry, on it because we did get out at 30. I thought we were short at 30, but we're not. So we're going to wait to see now where Apple can go. I still like it in here around 145 as the NASDAQ isn't doing much. So you got to trade the name. We talk about this all the time. You got to trade the names, right? That's why we're looking at Facebook today. Facebook was my best stock of the day by far. Well, no, actually, Beyond Meat and Facebook are close. All right, so I just want to get into another trade right now, so we are. What about AMD? So this is another name right now. I can cancel I can change my screen over to this one. We have GME, obviously, as well. AMD, just to give you guys a quick update. You know, this name hasn't been strong over the last little while. So we'll take that short. I'm going to try to play it basically off this 86.65 or so level. So right now we're short at what price? 25. So we're getting this about 50 cents back up to the upside there. If it takes that out, we can get out of this one. And then that'll be that. But right now, AMD, looks like it wants to go up even a little more. This is not an average in spot. All we're trying to do here is see what these futures want to do. If they take off, then we know AMD is ripping and we can get out of this for 30 cents. Otherwise, let's see if AMD wants to test VWAP down here at 85 again. So that's part of what we're looking at right now with AMD. We will take a little bit out if it comes back to 86 because that's where it's bounced a couple times. But other than that, let's hold. There it comes right now. Let's hold this for an 85. Maybe we can get an 85 on AMD. That's what we're looking for. Let's relieve some pressure here at 86 flat. If we can, where am I waiting at 03s? It just went to 04s. So hopefully it can come back. There it is. Come on. Ooh, went to 04s again. Maybe we change our bid. But right now, we're hoping out for a short here on AMD against 86.60, guys.
So I'm playing some catch up on some names that we haven't looked at yet. NIO's up 4%. Now, that's significant because it was down 10% at its low, or well, close to it, probably like 8% or so. But wow, what an unbelievable. Look at the wick bottom through 12 even. Like that's the kind of thing, like wicks work both ways. The wick bottom on NIO is tremendous, and the reclaim of $12 looks pretty significant. However, have you broken out of the bottom end of the channel? You have not until you get past 13.25. So that's the current high, well, just barely a little bit higher than that, the current high of the day. And then from there, you still have another bottom channel to about 14.75, 15 even. So look, it looks impressive, and don't get me wrong, it's also a double bottom on the daily chart at this 13 level. Very significant for it to be able to hold this, but there's still a lot to clean up before you really have a rally. Don't get sort of twisted by percentage moves to the upside when you start to think where these names have come from. Yes, this is a bit of a relief, but it seemed like a heck of a lot of short covering to me on that upside move, for sure, more so than people maybe digging back in and thinking these are good longs. This relief rally that you're seeing right now, it's been in the most depressed names. You're not really breaking out, with the exception of Tesla, you're not really breaking out on a lot of the big names here. And I think that's why you're reflecting it in the NASDAQ being below 12,000. Yeah. Like, I don't know that everything I watched was going gangbusters to the upside, and I kept doing this and looking back over to the futures, and it's like, we're still not through yesterday's high. We're still not at yesterday's high. It's the squeeze names going to the upside. And someone said, is this a pump and dump on GameStop? No, because I didn't see anybody that was pumping it. And maybe people were pumping this. Maybe there was, I don't know. If it was true, then I must have missed something on GameStop and AMC. I think it just it was a squeeze to the upside, and people got squoze this morning. And I got squeezed on Rivian, 100%. I got squeezed on Beyond Meat. And when these started to go, it's like it just sort of cascaded with these heavily shorted names. And then you got past $100, things got out of hand. And when they unwind fast. And that's what happened here on GameStop. Tesla is going to break 750, man.
Wow.
And that's without the NASDAQ breaking the high. Think about that for a second. Where is Tesla going if the NASDAQ breaks the high? Forget about 770. Like, maybe it's 800 today if we actually break. Money Talks with Brendan. Let's go.
Hey guys, yeah, brought to you by The Small Exchange. Check out thesmallexchange.com. Sign up with the QR code, guys, on the screen. So much great information at The Small Exchange. Check out their futures contract. Get started today. Less capital required, no PDT rule, and small, very easy to understand contracts. Here we go. Big move up for the US dollar today. Was almost a full percent. We're back to 104.5 here on the inflation data. Remember, 2 days in a row, or 2 days this week, we get inflation data higher than expected. So US dollar back to the upside. Everything basically on this board outside of the Japanese yen there getting hit as a result. Canadian dollar was down about 0.5%, trying to bounce, but 76.8 right now. Japanese yen, big move up on the volatility today. Swiss franc usually follows, but not today. I wanted to mention Bitcoin here. That's an hourly chart that shows that crazy move from overnight. This was 31.5 yesterday, 24.5 at the bottom there for Bitcoin. We're back to, what are we at? 29 and change, we'll call it, almost 29 anyways. Back green on the day. Ethereum lagging a little bit, guys. What a day right across the board.
Wow.
Carvana just halted?
Now we're starting to get a little juicy here as Palantir right back to the upside. We took out another one there. Palantir is going to be positive for us, but I'm not happy about it because we should be into more. And I'm also not happy right now because we're short Microsoft and the market is blowing up right here. The reason why we shorted Microsoft is because it was into that 257 area right there. Probably again, like I just didn't think the market was going to blow like this. So unfortunately, we start a little too early, trying to say, you know what, is 257 going to hold? Looks like for now, but we're only 20 cents away. It's like you just like kiss this stock and it just rips up. So we talked about getting revenge on the short yesterday, or not revenge, but we took the short yesterday on Microsoft. So it looks like it is seeking revenge on us right now as we go short 250. I mean, it's not a great trade. 256.50. We are short Microsoft here. We'll try to ease some pain here if it could come back in because it doesn't look like we're going to be right on this play. But there's still, the market right now at the day's high one more time. So, if you fade off this, fine. But you don't, it's the NASDAQ that's kind of pushing here, although the S&P is also forward right now and positive on the day. It's this name right now. We just got out. No, we didn't get out of any softy there. This is going to take out. We're out on this, on a 257 break. So get ready here. Microsoft almost out as this stock does not want to give any love again here. Microsoft back up to the upside. Great longs today, man. There we go. Damn it. I said to Neil, I'm going to lose on these longs, which is ridiculous because I was or shorts because I was long early. But we'll flip a little long, try to make some back. We've given back a little bit here, trying to protect some of this downside. But there is no downside. It just looks like the market wants to rippy.
Yeah, UVXY now through that 18. Now, I know it's broken the even, but if you look at the afternoon, it did get below here several times. So you haven't broken that support till you get to about, I'd say 1775, 1780 on UVXY. Carvana just halted to the upside at 41. This is a 15-minute chart. I'll show you like an inflection point here in this channel. It's about 41.5 to this 44 area. It looks like it's chewing through it. If it halts a second time, you've already seen this happen with GameStop and a couple of other ones here. $50 is a pretty obvious line in the sand. GameStop itself just came back to 97. We just got some out at 91. Now you're back at 97. I'm still thinking if that gets back to 100, I just can't see a reason why it holds above there. Beyond Meat is trying to claw back up to about 27.50.
Oh, really?
I still have the second half of the last short. I have to give that one to the high of the day. But Carvana, the next one I will be looking at. Tesla's about to take 750 again. I should never have gotten out of that long. But Carvana halting now at 45. So halt essentially at 41. A 45 halt. Oh, no, sorry, it fake halted there. So it couldn't hold that bid for the 15 seconds required to halt up. Wow. If it does so again, the next level up would be that 50. That's what I'm looking for next on Carvana. Until it either halts a second time or gets to 50, I'm probably going to end up having to sit it out because if it turns from here, I could give it to 45 on a tight stop short, but it would be halting above that 45 band, I would expect.
All right, yeah. Next time I'm just going to try to hold these longs as long as we possibly can here because, yeah, this these names just continue. Look at Facebook, 196, man. We were long 186. So, I mean, some of these moves, like Neil just said there about Tesla, the same story is true on that one as that's starting to go. Oh man, I forgot about this because I was too busy with, oh no, Apple didn't fill yet, 145.50, that's right. Unlike Microsoft, we were trying to give this one a little bit more room here to that 146 high. We've already, that's a daily chart. I don't think the daily chart's gonna show us much, for Apple 146. It was more, we can look at it yesterday, it was more just here into yesterday's high, come on, right there was, or I guess yesterday's low, 146. So we're gonna see about that. If that can come in, we'll test it. But we did reverse into our Microsoft, so we are making a little bit back onto this one, which is nice for sure. That's now 80 cents in the money. Check that, $1 now in the money on this trade for that. So let's take out one more. Wow, maybe not. Let's cancel this Apple here. Yeah, we're just gonna watch Microsoft continue to go upside here. Let's take out another piece, man. $1.20 now in the money on Softy. That might be okay. We'll take a piece out there. You know what? I don't know, man. This market's screaming. Like, that just sounds so silly to sit here. We still have a small piece. Remember, we got out of half there. So we had a small piece to begin with. Now it's even smaller. But we're testing that 146. I think this is worth it. That spike up there was the wick off top to give us that 146.12. But we're ripping. So right now, no, I don't want to go short on anything right here. AMC's back to flat. GameStop, Neil, I know you're looking at that still. That's up to 99 right now as AMC back to flat for me. We emptied a lot of it out, just like I know you did on GameStop, but we're back to some of these levels on some of these names.
Yeah, and the wick top was pretty intense there just on Carvana. And it's one of those, if you're trading the squeeze names, like they're moving so rapidly that it's hard to be in anything but those, right? So instead of GameStop got back about 100, I'd look for the reload. I just got into Carvana. I'm going to throw my stop in here because it put a huge wick top just now through the high of the day, which is just absolutely insane. So watching this, if it flushes, I'm looking 40, then I'm looking 38 to get out of that one. But Carvana on the move here. We only have a couple of minutes left, and we still have some earnings to get through. One of which I said they were going to save the market. Maybe they are. Brendo?
Amazing morning, guys. That flew by in a hurry. Let's get you caught up on what to expect coming up tonight and tomorrow morning.
AMD's at $88.
Oh, Toast. I know that company.
Oh,
Toast,
man.
they do like the, it's like it's for restaurants, basically. Like they have like restaurant software for optimization for Toast.
Yeah, right.
And then Funware. But Affirm is the one that I think it's one of the last ones to come through that we'll pay attention to. Honda, I mean, I guess.
I don't even see any names. I mean, maybe Joby there.
Affirm.
I don't know.
It's Affirm.
Did I see Affirm on there?
Yeah, Affirm.
Okay, I just didn't notice their
Affirm's
logo.
the only one, man. That's
yeah,
the
we
one
know
that
we know all about that Affirm trade there. So we'll wait to see how that turns out for now. But wow, what a crazy day. I don't know if there's going to be any. There will be names that are up or down 30 or 40% tomorrow. If it's not on that list, trust me, it'll be somewhere. What's up, Ms. V?
Hey guys, it's a great morning so far, but the whole trading day is ahead, so please join Prad and me right after to continue trading. And of course, please double check if you like this video. We need just 200 more likes to get 2,000, so please help us to get there. And happy National Nutty Fudge Day, everyone.
Yep, down. I'm down.
Let's go.
Like the nuts up in there. Yeah, that's a good one. Look at Palantir. Palantir up now 20 cents in the money, finally starting to go on that name. So some of these names starting to work. I'm sure you're a fudge guy.
Yeah, I heard you, by the way. That was a good one.
It's nutty fudge, right? I mean, if you got the nuts in there, I like it a little bit better.
Anyways. Yeah, of course I love fudge. Who doesn't love fudge? I can say D's, right? You can say D's.
I'm pretty sure you can say whatever you want.
D's. I won't say the rest of it, but yeah, look, fudge is absolutely delicious. We'll go for it. Carvana, by the way, I was reloading GameStop. Carvana halted down, and I didn't even get on the bid to take any out, which is kind of stupid. When it opens back up, though, I still think 40 and then 35. What a ridiculously wild morning it's been. GameStop just put a wick top through 100. There's a 0% chance I thought I would be saying those words today, yet here we are. We're back in meme territory. It's the most exciting thing you can ever see in the market when these things start to go, guys. So watch out as we send you guys to, is it 11 o'clock just yet?
Now.
Yeah, pretty much right now. Trader Pratt and Ms. V, Market Movers. The market be moving. Let's go.
It's time for Market Movers. I'm your host, Trader Brad. That's the beautiful Miss V. That's right. It's actually Bruce Buffer today.
Thank you, Brad. I love the excitement. Markets are crazy. So many opportunities. And guys, I hope you're all in a profitable territory. As usual, please be active on the chat. Ask us anything and smash that like button. Let's get that 1K likes as soon as possible. Brad, how's your day going?
Great, but I just want to start off the day with saying, Liz,